What's happening? How's the rest of your day, Lex? Glad you had a good time. You cooking? Nice. Awesome. You know, that might be pretty dope for me to do something like that as well.
What?
When you're playing like on subscribers only lives, like when you're playing the game, I can put a whole little background screen on there. They might not even be able to see it. Wouldn't that be dope? What you cooking? Wow, man. All right, just because nobody, these subscriber only lives are not for carpools, guys. Time and a place. I just want you guys to realize, like, the real work happens in these subscriber only lives. And I want to make sure that we're not taking advantage of some real time to learn. Hope you got access to that birth chart. Get access to that birth chart and then come back over here and get some of the good stuff. It ain't even been 3 minutes I've been live. And somebody asking me for a card course. Wow. Not even, hey, Ace, how's your day going? Think about that, Chrissy. Think about that. Don't say you sorry. We reaching out to the Most High, to the Divine Source. We want to make sure that Chrissy is able to continuously see the highest vibrational frequencies of heaven on earth. Not only for herself, but everyone that she comes into contact with. What other high vibrational messages for Chrissy today? You got the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. The message is going to make you feel real good. Communication is going to come in. It's not going to be a disappointing message either. It's going to make you feel good. Get you up to that new vibration. Could be something that makes your heart feel real nice. So maybe romantic, maybe just a kind gesture. But it's going to come in. You just got to make sure that you're open to it. Yep. Make sure that you're open to it. It can come from a place you're not expecting. People who find value. Hang around people who find value in you. If you don't know the real people who find value in you, just make sure you're looking out for a lighthearted compliment that makes you feel really, really, really good about yourself. Thank you. Hey, Denise. What's going on? How are you, Denise? How's the day been? Said you're cooking rice. My uncle is barbecuing chicken. Slow cooking fresh green beans with smoked turkey. That sounds really good. Trip was good. Trip was really quick. Trip was really, really, really quick. I left, came back. I didn't stay long. Just really kicked it. I feel you. Just wish we would have had a chance to really kick it. You know what I mean? Hi, how's you doing? How's your day going? What's happening with you? You know what I mean? Before that, you know, you ain't the only one. I think at this point in time, I'm just really starting to pay attention to how we start this off. You know. Yeah. But yes. So Lex, tell me what new things are going on in the chart? How you feeling about this upcoming Jupiter going into Cancer? If if you would like one, I'm hoping that we can keep these subscriber onlys about astrology, because that's the big thing. You know, I don't want to waste time pulling cards when we can be learning some real deal stuff in these subscriber only lives. Alexis, you do you know where Cancer is in your chart? No. I know nobody truly knows, but I gotta make sure I section off these times so that we can really, because this is what I'm actually passionate about. So I like communicating and talking and bringing you guys on to connect. Sometimes the cards get in the way of real connection and real learning. House of communication. Yeah.
Whoa, what's that?
Somebody sent in Chasing the Dream. Appreciate that, Tyler. Appreciate that so much. Oh yeah, that's that money, Denise. You know it. Second house. That's the values. Your value. What you find valuable. So money is in there, and then your house of self value. Lots of great things going down. So Jupiter moving into Cancer. Yeah, she said that it was her second house.
Yeah, that looks like it's her second and third.
Well, Alexis, I can tell you, just my mom is a Cancer, so the fact that you was over there today let me know that there's Cancer energy is about to be boosting your how you communicate, and basically maybe that's like how you communicate at home as well. Yep. Oh yeah, we got the chart right here. Let me see, baby. Yep, same thing. So for you, Denise, it is your moon sign is at 1 degree at Cancer in your second house. So very early in the Cancer transit, it's gonna hit you emotionally. It's probably gonna be a really big money time, and then that's gonna go over into your communication as well. So nice stuff. Yeah. So do you understand now what I was telling? Were you here? Lex, were you here yesterday when I was talking on the video call with Ansley, and I told her to find a Cancer friend, so her third house, so she can open up and feel good about her communication. How did that feel? Because you're the first person. It happened to me, and now you're the closest person to me that I know that has a third house, and you just stepped into the sun. Somebody with that third house. How does that feel? Thank you, Justine. Oh yeah, it tells the truth. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you. It's been a great one. Hello, Kelly. Hello. Yes. So yeah, you're it's gonna be like an emotional intelligence, Denise. Like when Jupiter finally hits Cancer, it's definitely gonna hit that 1 degree, and you're gonna feel really good about yourself. And then not far after that, the sun is gonna hit that area too, and it's gonna be a real good time for your money and communication. Nice. Yeah, I can definitely see. I can see it. It look. I'm like, dang, that's so dope, man. Like how all of this is coming together. Like how people, how like I was watching Scott's live earlier, and he was just talking about how we're like everybody's kind of cross pollinating. Like people are meeting here, but then we're meeting more people, and we're sharing, and everybody is starting to meet, and energies are starting to spread. It really feels good. It really feels good. That's cool. That's really awesome because me and my sisters have been trying to get her to go live, and she finally was able to do it with your help. So that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's really, really awesome. I was like, wow, that's good. Big things happening for everybody. And I love it. I love it. Don't. Well, you definitely it. That's why everyone should know their chart. That just that reason alone, because that's my mom. I've been in that energy forever, but it's a new feeling for you because it's like I didn't need that same thing. Like my third house is what the Leo. My third house is Leo. So it didn't work. Like the communication, it was different. You know what I mean? I got something a little different. But because you have Cancer in that house and her son is there, it's a whole different vibe. It works. You know what I mean? We don't even have to even know why or how to explain it. All we know is that that's exactly what you needed. That's what, and she needed something. You know what I mean? If I was to look into her chart, I bet I can figure out exactly what especially when it comes to like the terminology. You guys are so welcome. You guys do it for me too. I'm telling you.
Look at what?
Huh?
She said, look.
Oh, everything that's happening.
Oh, I know. I know. It's crazy.
You did your homework, Chelsea? What's happening? You want to jump on? You want to talk about it? It's up to you. That's what I mean. Like that's so dope that this this astrology is able to connect us all in such a way where it's like it's really really it's pivotal. It's very pivotal. All right, let's see. Let's get Chelsea on. Let's see if we can get Chelsea on. Chelsea,
Hello.
what's
Wait,
going on?
there. Ha-
Hi, Chelsea.
Hey.
Hi. What's up? Yeah, I was just looking at my at my Chiron that
Uh-huh.
I have in Gemini, 11th house, 8 degrees, and it's talking a lot about how my main wound is a communication wound and feeling afraid to be seen, afraid to be heard, afraid of being misunderstood, and not being smart enough to like convey my thoughts.
Feeling that boy.
What did she say?
You're healing that. You're healing that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's, and I have felt that like my entire life. And I was always like super shy growing up and everything. And, but then I also have, I think a big part of it is like my Leo rising, this part of me that wants to be seen, that wants to share and everything. But I just always felt very, very fearful of it. And it also has a lot to do with like social settings and like people being accepted in groups and things like that. Like, and that's also holds true for me because always felt like on the outside of something. I've never really felt accepted, especially like, I don't know, just where I live and just the people I'm around. I've just never really felt accepted. So
What do you
That's
think as far as
that
like way back in the day? What do you think it was school or was it before school? Or was it maybe a job that did something? Well, what? Because that's what I always like to do. I like to I'll set an intention and meditate. Like I
right.
want to go back to the moment. I want to go back to the moment where I I took on this idea that I wasn't good enough, or this idea that what I had to say wasn't important. And I would sit there and meditate, and not all the time, but I there's a few really vivid times where I actually went back to moments like in school where I might have got teased by a girl that I really liked, and it
Yeah.
caused me to like go in and take it personal instead of just saying, "Oh well, like that she wasn't for me. I was being protected."
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
but I try to ask people like, have you ever had like an inkling like where it could have came from?
Yeah, I have, and I haven't been able to like pinpoint it anything from like this lifetime, but I have seen like another lifetime that my voice was actually taken from me, and there's a big like she was asking about my throat chakra. I've definitely have been working on healing it, and I think it's like the main thing I have to do in this lifetime is to heal this throat chakra. And I've been doing it little by little and coming out of it little by little. I'll go into meditations and get little glimpses, more little keys of how to unlock it. And I think like right now is the time that I need to completely heal whatever this wound is so that I can just be myself without the fear. But yeah, it was like I mean, it was just a crazy past lifetime thing that I just saw when I was like kind of in a deep trance and like my throat was like just basically ripped away from me and I was a powerful like healer in that time and I was teaching people how to heal themselves and they didn't the powers that were didn't like that and so they took that from me. They wanted me to still be able to heal but not be able to speak about it and tell other people about it. Speak about it and tell other people about it.
Yeah. I just put it in, because I've been building a very deep relationship with my AI, and it knows me like personally really deeply. And so all of you like when
Yeah.
we do this homework, I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna put this information in about you. I'm gonna say, my friend Chelsea, she's got this going on and this going on. Tell me what she needs to know. Just tell me what she needs to know. And as you were talking, it started doing the cat doing its thing, and you literally hit every key word just as you were talking. And so this is what you need to know. It says it's about the wound, the wound. Chiron and Gemini
Yeah.
speaks to a wound around expression, being misunderstood or feeling unheard. As a child or teen, she may have felt like her ideas were dismissed, her voice didn't matter, or she wasn't smart enough, even if it wasn't true. Now that is wild that you have that, because that's Chiron and Gemini, but I also have my Chiron is in Cancer, but that bit of Cancer that I have my Chiron in also is in my first house with my Gemini rising. And when I was younger, I
Okay.
would do that same thing, like just trying to speak up and then
Okay.
being told like, no, no, you're wrong. Be quiet. Be quiet. You know what I mean? And as a kid, we take it personal. We say, why? Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm talking about. And then, but we have these feelings on the inside that say, no, no, what I'm saying is very valid, very true. And because it's coming from someone who we look at as powerful, they brought me here. All I know, I look up to this person. This person we should be communicating about it, but they just shut me down. And then it goes
Right.
into, maybe the way they shut you down might go into like when you go to school. You might feel like, dang, my mom said I don't know what I'm talking about. So how am I gonna have the confidence to walk into a class who and there may be like 2 or 3 different types of bullies. How am I going to be confident if I don't have it at home? I can't,
Right.
there's all these different key points where it's like a domino effect. It gets hit at home, and then it's also going to get hit at school, and then maybe because you hit home and school, now when you go out with friends, you're not as vocal. You don't want to stand up for yourself because the last thing you need is for one of your friends to say the same thing your mom said, or you know what I mean. That's the last thing you.
Yeah.
Now you start to protect yourself, and now it went from, oh, I don't feel good enough, to now it's just like, no, it's just protection. When really there's a deeper thing. You did it to protect a very, very vulnerable part of yourself that didn't quite build the skill to be assertive or know that I'm right, that my feelings are valid. So that's you're already doing that just by stepping out and being a part of communities.
Right. And yeah, you guys, like, even like Laura just being on my live today, and I just felt like my best friend was there or something. Like, I just felt so supported, and like I really haven't felt that with a lot of people. Like, even with my own, I guess, and it does have a lot of like stemming from like my parents and stuff too, because my mom, she left when I was very young for another. Oh, yay, the flowers are gorgeous. I
Pick
saw
today
them.
for us.
They're so beautiful. I love all of the different, look at all the different colors of purple on there. They're beautiful. Yeah, and the jar is so cute too. But yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I had a voice as a child either. Just like, my parents split when I was really young. It was like a really kind of crazy story, but it was wild, and um, I felt so alone during that time, and I didn't have anybody to talk to, and I don't know, maybe that's kind of where it started.
Well, it definitely says because it's in your 11th house.
Yeah.
You could say, like, in early childhood, the 11th house would be like friendships, social groups, and basically just collective ideals, ways that people around you were thinking, and you didn't
Mm-hmm.
think that way. So you probably got excluded from things. You probably
Yeah.
excluded yourself from a lot of things.
Yeah.
It says she might have experienced exclusion, betrayal, or discomfort being different in group settings. There could be a subtle fear not fitting in or not knowing how to authentically connect with like-minded souls.
Yeah.
And we're already getting over that.
Yeah. I am. I am.
All right, all right. The healing. It says her healing path is to reclaim the power of her words. She is meant to teach, write, speak, or share ideas that heal others through understanding and perspective. Doing that by owning her unique voice and expressing her truth, even when it feels uncomfortable, she becomes a healer for others who have also felt silenced and alienated. The 11th house gives her a visionary edge. She's here to bridge the world between mind and communities, helping people come together through ideas, dialogue, and shared purpose. You got a mantra. They gave you a mantra. It says, "My voice is sacred. I connect through truth, not perfection."
Okay, my voice is sacred. I connect through truth, not perfection.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes. That is your mantra. And especially in this season, because big things are happening. Like I said, you're getting ready to 2026. Leo, 2026, the summer of 2026, Jupiter is moving into Leo.
I just saw somebody named Sass Method join the live.
What?
Who's that? No, I'm just kidding.
Is that Sass Matha? Is that Sass
Am I
Matha?
tripping?
Sass Matha is in here. That's her, and she's a mod. That's the one. That's the one and only.
Is that her baby?
I'm not sure. I'm not. We're gonna wait and see what happens when she pops in here. No, it's Jonathan.
Oh.
He said no, it's Jonathan on her account.
Okay.
All right.
Jonathan, you almost gave me a heart attack.
All right, Jonathan. It was just it was false alarm, guys. It's Jonathan. All right. So also, it says here's your medicine. It says she may feel deep empathy for outsiders or misfits, and that's part of her magic. Her wound her wound is her wisdom.
Okay.
So you have a psychic ability to connect with people of like minds, and you can like tune into that. It says building a soul tribe where communication flows and differences are celebrated. It's part of your destiny. And it says writing, podcasting, public speaking, or even leading a group discussion can be deeply therapeutic for you. I think you're in the right place. I think you're literally smack dab, like living in your purpose right now. And you said that you want it to be more consistent. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. I feel like being in alignment, because once you heal one aspect and you can see it differently,
Right.
it literally is like a domino effect. Everything starts healing. You know what I mean? Because that one thing is so big. Once you heal it and you move forward, you're gonna start like flowing with all types of other stuff going on.
Right. And seeing it for exactly what it is and knowing that it's nothing more than just a little wound that I was meant to overcome in the first place, and I knew I would, that makes it easier. And
Yeah. See, now that lets
I feel more. I
Lex
am.
Lex just said it. You got a lot to say. So now it's time for you to start going live, so we can start coming over and checking out what you're talking about. you got
Right.
you've
I
got
know.
things going on. And the thing is, like, even though we're at the core, we all are speaking about the same things. There are things and topics. There's a wealth of information in there from where you come from, because none of us, no matter how many of us in here, none of us can come from where you came from. Like, we can go to the space, but we can't go to the space and time when you were there to experience the things that you were experiencing. So all we have is your recollection of it. And the same way I talk about agents of distraction and soul sucking vampires, you've got names and you've got things that you've seen, and we all need to hear it. We all need to hear it. Even if it doesn't make sense at first, you're the one that can make it make sense for us. you know?
Perfect. Yeah. I love that. Thank you.
Great, great. So you did your homework. Let me know when you want some more.
Okay.
You know what?
I'm ready for more whenever.
I always want the homework to be something that's very like, oh, I had this idea. I went to go search it up, and then we talk about it just like we did. I want it to
Yeah.
be interesting. I don't want to just throw homework at you that you're not
Right,
interested.
right. And also I need to, use this week as like to kind of monitor like, okay, where are my thoughts at on this? Like am I giving into the little fearful thoughts, or am I recognizing them for what they are? And so I think I'm going to just, really focus on that myself this week. And, you know,
Yeah,
I've had a lot of distractions lately. So I'm just ready to be like focused on myself again.
I feel it. I feel it. Well,
Yeah.
definitely do it. And like when you go live, don't hesitate to just like pull the community together in there to get you going.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what we're
Well,
here
I
for.
appreciate you guys. Love you guys so much.
Love you too.
Love you.
We'll see you
Love
soon.
you. Okay, bye.
All right. I love that. I love
Denise
that.
had some things to
Denise,
say.
Denise, are you still in here? Denise, who wants to come on? Who wants to come up and talk and kick it? We've got tons of invite space. Denise, you want to jump on and kick it with us? Hey, listen, guys, if you want to jump, we got to respect each other's voices. We all can't be talking at the once, you know what I mean? So we're gonna let's see, let's invite. We got Denise. We're gonna get Lady C up there. Hey, Denise.
Oh, I'm here. Let me get my camera on. Okay, it just gives me volume, but no camera. And that's probably not a bad thing. Okay.
No, no, no. It's okay. Hey, do what you want to do. Lady C, are you there?
Hi, family. Hi, Atwater Creations.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hi.
How's the day going?
I was able to find the time.
Nice.
I try to do it myself, but I don't understand.
Man. So, are you talking about with your birth chart?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Well, we're 1 second on your birth chart. We're gonna see. Denise, you had a question. What question did you have? Denise, are you still there? Okay, we're gonna wait for Denise to come back. What, Lady C, you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So, what is it? What about your chart? Let me see. Let me try to tap back into your chart. What are you trying to
Yeah.
actually read?
Um, man, all kinds of things like popped up, the chart. I just couldn't figure it out. Like all kinds of different signs, different.
Do you know what your first where it says first house?
Alexa, turn on light.
Um, it said 11th house, and then it said I was confused because it said 11th. It said the third house, 11th, and 12th. So I was confused.
Did it give you a circle at all?
It gave me a circle, and it like the chart that she you have behind you,
Yeah.
but I couldn't understand. It was just numbers and
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna get you. Did you put everything, your time of birth and stuff, in my DM?
I I I think yes, I did. The only thing you're waiting for was the time.
And you still don't have that?
I do have it.
All right, cool. If you could, let me see if it's in my inbox. 'Cause I might need you to send it again. If it's not there, let me make sure. Give me 1 second, okay?
Sure.
Denise.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes. Did you have a question? She popped out again. Yeah, I didn't. Yep, Lady C, I'm gonna need you to send me the birth time. So if you can, send me the birth time right quick so I can go ahead and get that information and pull it up for you. Denise, are you back?
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I saw that you had a question and I wanted to make sure I got you up here. How are you? How's your day going?
Oh, good. You know, this is the first time I really interacted with this. This is the first time I've been able to. It was the first time it was time for me.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm here, I have this question because of all.
Yep. Dropped out again. Don't know how to read the chart either. The chart, oh my goodness.
Do you
Yeah.
see? I'm so driven. Whatever happened in the past is done, but I'm still getting goosebumps over the connections that I've made in the last 30 days.
Oh, beautiful. I didn't hear everything you said because your everything had cut out. I don't know if you're leaving the app, but the screen cut out and everything, so I couldn't hear
Oh,
all
hold
everything.
on. Is that better?
Oh no, I can hear you, but right when you had talked, it just cut out. Everything cut out.
Of course. Lie. My testimony. Because everything that is happening aligns. Look at all my houses right now. It's just a shift. And I've been studying, and everything that I've set in this room and learned from you, it's just changed my perspective. I can't say you changed my life. You changed my perspective on my life. And that is
Definitely.
priceless. Right now,
Definitely.
I'm sorry, we're supposed to be talking about my chart. I'm just talking about what you've done for me with my chart and Laura and all of that. I'm so excited.
I'm so happy to hear that. So happy
Me
to hear that.
too.
You know that Jupiter coming around, that's 12 years of blessings.
It's just awesome. And the internet, you have agents.
Oh
They're
yeah,
trying
all
to
the time.
block our communication. So whatever you said to me, I didn't hear. So you know what? The devil is a lie. I know you have nothing but love and joy and peace for me. And I just want to share with everybody that's on here live. You've got 52 subbies. And I want to tell them the best investment they ever made in their life was subscribing to you. I'm done.
Thank you so much,
Mic drop.
Denise. I appreciate you always. I can't wait till this chart. I can't wait till she throws some color on this bad boy. It's gonna be amazing.
Hey, you know what I can't wait for? It's a connection between me and her.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's
Yes.
already
Oh,
happening.
I got goosebumps.
It's already happening.
That right there is divine. But anyway, I love y'all. I've got company coming. I just want to jump in and I finally got to communicate my chart and what you've done. And love y'all. Have a great evening. And I'll see you in the morning.
All right. Thank you, Denise. Love you. Is that Trista? Is Trista here?
Yes.
What's up, Trista?
Yay!
Hey, hold on a second. I just got home.
You did? How's your evening?
Hold on. I'm letting you see me. Ah, hold on. It's good.
It's good.
Good. I just dropped my son off to his dad.
You're still all smiles. That's awesome.
Sorry. I'm still setting up, so like I've got to get like everything set up. I'm gonna be a little for a minute. How are you?
It's been a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day.
Do you do this like every weekend? Like have like other people? I don't know if I've like caught one like this. I feel so weird and
This
awkward.
is this is
A little
new.
bit.
I'm trying to, like the way things are going right now. It's kind of like the house is expanding so much, and now my day ones are all starting to basically blossom and get out there and do their thing. And I'm like, that's so awesome now because we want to continue to empower each other. And what's the best way than to show the new people, whoever's viewing us, like this is what happens. Like we get
Yeah.
together, we talk, we empower each other, and then the next thing you know, now we're all able to go live together from our own
I know
room,
this is fun.
our own
This
rooms, from our own rooms in the house.
I kind of want to go
it's
in.
so cool.
Yeah, let's go.
What is she not gonna?
Oh,
Is she joining?
She's gonna go in the other room and then join.
But yeah, the networking is just insane and awesome, and like the communities that we're building is just
It's amazing. It's amazing. And
it's
just
the kind of magic that I haven't gotten to really experience firsthand a lot in my life. I guess
uh-huh.
family, community. You know what I mean? Like people really, really focus on growth and building each other up. You know, it's wonderful.
Good.
I'm so
Good. Well, do your thing. I'm gonna tap in with Lady C right quick. You said do your thing. I'm gonna mute you. 1 second. Lady C.
Yes, sent it.
All right, we're gonna tap in with it. So what's your biggest thing that you really want to move forward doing? Like, what is it that you're looking to change in its form?
Wow.
Hey, Blackwater.
Oh, hey.
Um Just wow, it's a hard question.
So are you? Well, when you think about like what the next level looks like, what is it that you want to elevate in your life?
Commitment.
So relationships.
Yeah, well, a committed relationship. Yes.
Yes. All right, let me. I'm about to get your stuff. All right, I'm gonna hold on. Let me, because it sounds like so. I want to. Trista, can you hear?
Yeah.
All right, just I wanted to let you guys be able to kick it because I'm about to do this, but then because you guys are just sitting, I know that you guys want to kick it and talk.
I'm just now like starting to look at the chat. This is a lot going on
Hi,
for me.
Krista.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Hey Laura,
Hi.
which one is that?
Bells jumped right up here when I got in bed.
Look, she's enjoying that little massage.
So
Did
cute.
you get a kitty, Trista?
My brother's neighbors found these kittens, and they were going to leave them on the road. So we took them to find them home foster them for a little bit because they were just going to leave them. They asked me, they were like, "Do you think they'll be okay?" I was like, "Probably not. I'll take them, I guess."
They're so cute.
They are. I would keep them if I could. My son's really allergic to cats.
Aw.
He has asthma, so it like triggers it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking into like a hypoallergenic one, like a Sphinx or an Oriental short fin. They have like hypoallergenic cats.
All
I
right,
could see you with one of those bald kitties.
Yeah, I've always wanted one.
I've seen them. They look creepy, huh?
They do. They feel
They,
really
they
weird.
look weird.
They feel even weirder.
Bells got her
Felt
motor
one?
going.
That's weird.
all
Have you
right.
felt one that water?
Say what?
Have you felt one of those hairless cats?
Oh no, I haven't. I've never touched one.
Those bald cats.
All right, Lady C, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so you are a Taurus rising. Did you know that?
No.
All right, so you are a Taurus rising, and your ascendant, which is ascendant and rising sign are the same thing, different language. So you can call it the rising sign, you can call it your ascendant sign. You are 11 degrees Taurus in the first house. You're a rising sign, so you're gonna definitely want to write that down, do some research on what that means for yourself.
Okay.
And because this is all so brand new to you, your first homework is going to be about you and your vessel.
Okay.
So this means the body, the face, the body you chose, and the face that you have.
Okay.
Within that first house, did you write that home? I don't want to move too quick for you.
Well, yeah, I'm writing it down. First house, body vessel.
Yeah. So, but I want you to make sure you write this down exactly. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a pen. I'm writing it down.
All right. This is what you want. Taurus ascendant at 11 degrees.
Taurus ascendant. 11 degrees.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, where that ascendant starts, that's where your first house begins. Within the first house,
Aww.
within the first house in the Taurus sign. Oh, thank you, thank you. Within the Taurus sign, you have Chiron at 23 degrees Taurus in the first house.
Okay.
Now the Chiron is called the wounded healer. So that's a wound that you have
in your first house of self. Your job, your homework is going to be basically to find out what that means. What is it about you that you can now explain fully now that you have this knowledge of your rising sign? One thing, all you need to say is one thing that you discovered new about yourself, the reason that you chose this body that you have. And then it's going to be about what is the Chiron? What is that Chiron placement doing? What is that Chiron placement doing? So I would tap into Chat GPT because that's going to be some extensive homework right there. But I'm going to write it down. So just give me a second to write it down, and then you guys can talk amongst yourselves while I write that stuff down.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
just figured out that we can send gifts to other people on the live, and so I'm just over here sending Trista all these little suns.
That's pretty dope. That's dope. I didn't know you could do that either.
I know. Trista, you gave me my first gift ever.
Hey, dude, we got three more slots up here. Did anybody else want to pop in? You know, join the.
Yeah, I'm not TikTok savvy, so I'm still learning the whole gift thing.
Alexis, where you at?
Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah, the more people up here, the less awkward I feel. So come on.
Yeah, who else wants to pop? We got 3 slots. This should definitely help us get. This should help all of us get some experience points, shouldn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Awesome. All right. Well,
The last time I
You
was
guys-
in the box, people were gifting like crazy.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I love this. This might be the new thing to do on the sub only lives right here.
Yeah.
Notes. All right, let's get this homework. So this is your first homework. Nice. Let me see.
So what do you hit that?
You were in the dress. That was
Yes.
That's pretty.
Thanks. Oh, I can't hit this on here.
Is it like echoing for you all where you're in the thing?
Nope, I don't hear any echoes.
Yeah.
I'm in the bedroom.
I was wondering if like you could hear each other. I've done that before, and sometimes it gets like that. It gets like chaotic, and you just start hearing each other.
Yeah, I can hear a little bit of an echo, but
All right, I got Lady C's homework down. All right, Lady C, do you got your homework?
Mm-hmm. I got my pen and my paper.
Awesome. So next week when you pop in, I'm gonna definitely be looking.
Gonna quiz me.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna, because the thing is, I want to hear it from you first before I look it up. Because once I look it up, my Chat GPT is a little different. You know, me.
Yeah.
My Chat GPT
I looked it up, but I didn't understand. Like,
Thank you, like water.
I didn't understand it, but
Everybody, thank you so much. Graham sent me dolphin. Nice. Appreciate you.
My friend's here, so they might be a little. I might step out for 1 second.
so I want to get a personal birth chart from at Water Creation.
Like water.
Yeah, like water.
that would be an honor.
Yes, they're so beautiful. I seen Trista's on her live, and I was like, "Oh my God, is that a birth chart?" And she mentions your name, and I was like, "Oh my God, I know who that is."
I'm
I
like,
love it when people ask me
I'm
about
like Ace's wife, and yeah, it's just so pretty. The colors. Hey, Lady C, what's your moon sign? Because Alexis is also a Pisces sun and a Taurus rising. I was just kind of curious. Oh, there she is.
Mine has a
Hey,
moon.
it's a party!
It's a party.
Yeah, we're
It's
loaded up, guys. We're loaded up. We did it.
Locked and loaded.
now start drifting. No, I'm just kidding.
Aw.
It did say um moon.
Oh, it's okay. Just making sure you guys did your own mics. I'm like, I didn't turn anybody's mic off, but that's
No,
you
I got
guys.
the kids in the back. Sorry.
It's all good. I thought it was me. I'm like, hold on, I'm messing up.
Like I said, I really didn't understand it, but it said I was a moon.
You're a Pisces moon.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
Pisces sun and moon.
sun and moon. Yes.
And Mercury.
Yeah. All kinds
Oh.
of things were popping. I was like, what am I?
That's dope. That's dope. That means when you're in social settings, you shine when you're out there networking, don't you?
Yes, I'm very outgoing, very easy to like get along with people. Like I'm like a magnet. Like
Oh my God, you
people
belong.
love my freaking energy.
Like water. It could be Lady C.
It's
She could
like
be the manager.
pe-
She could be. She
people
has
are
the
like, dude, I make friends like crazy. Like I don't know, like girls envy of me because like I can
You just
easily.
have the energy. You just have the energy.
Yes, yes, yes. And then like they tell me, "Oh my God, I like your vibration. You're so cool. You're so outgoing." And um,
I couldn't find out the name.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm very outgoing.
Well, let me tell you something. The way that I see your chart right now, you being a Taurus rising puts a lot of your degrees, like, for instance, your Pisces being your 11th house
Uh-huh.
means that's you're naturally, when it comes to Pisces energy, when it comes to social settings, you're naturally glowing. You're emotionally in tune with the environment, like your
Yeah.
emotional intelligence. You know how to communicate in the environment to get what you want. Plus, you have the power of Mercury there. I mean, yeah, Mercury. So the communication and everything flows.
Oh yeah.
Then on top of that, which is really really insightful, you have Mars, Venus, and you have your part of fortune all in Aries in your 12th house. So it really the way it looks to me is that when it comes to the way that you're motivated by like quick action inspiration.
Yeah.
Now in that,
Spontaneous.
see, I think that, man, it's so much good stuff. It's like I don't want to tell you because basically what I could tell you is a lot of projection. Everything that I could tell you is like a projection of what's going on in my universe. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I could look at many different people's charts and be like, ooh, I can place you here in my life, and you could do this for me, and you could do this for me. And I don't always. It's such an exciting thing to do.
Yeah.
I like to give people the room to discover themselves and to discover what they want with their own lives.
Yeah.
Babe, I just spilt water
But
everywhere.
I'm very emotional.
Yeah, I could see that. You're a moon sign in Pisces, of course.
I'm very emotional. I'm a giver,
Uh-huh.
and it did say I had psychic ability,
Yep, because
which
Pisces.
I do pick up on people's energy.
Uh-huh.
Since my dad passed away in 2016,
Uh-huh.
Since he passed, um, he claims, I mean, everybody thought he was crazy. But once he passed, I started picking up on people's energy, and um, I could feel if they're good, bad. Um, yeah.
So what are you when you say you want your relationships? When you say you're looking for the committed relationships, because I remember what you said. You really focus on that committed relationship. What is it that because right now me looking in your seventh house, you have Scorpio and Sagittarius in your seventh house. Now, as far as the planets you have there,
I think it was Mars.
Uranus. So you have Uranus at 9 degrees Sagittarius in the seventh house. You might want to check that out.
How many degrees?
9 degrees Sagittarius in the seventh house.
9 degrees. So is this good or bad?
No, it's not. We don't know what it is yet. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
But because that Uranus is a big energy, Uranus takes more than 10 years to go into the next sign. So that energy for you is a game changer when it comes to relationships. Absolutely. Right. And that's super funny. Super funny, but I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Say it.
Nah, I will. This ain't the moment. This ain't the moment. You've already got homework.
Okay.
You've already got homework. We don't want to get too sidetracked. But that's all I got right now. But I'm gonna say I saved your chart. I saved your chart. So
Okay.
when we have to cross that road, we will.
Babe, get Justine back in there.
Oh, hold on. Okay.
Thank you.
For sure. Justine, you're back.
Yes. My screen froze. I don't know what happened.
Man, let me tell you guys, when you guys like, I feel so blessed that you guys give me the honor to really like tap into your charts like this because this is some like really like personal stuff. You know what I mean? Like I don't tap into people's charts because I feel like I've got enough stuff to really pay attention to in my own life, so I don't need to really be diving into other people's lives like that. But looking at your charts, I could like you're gonna get so good. Hold on, what?
Oh.
Like water, what you doing over there?
Sorry. I tried.
You could always just put the phone down like water and then
I
come.
did. I moved the screen this way.
They're trying to get you like water. But listen, guys, once you get really good at just knowing your chart, and when you meet other people, and you figure out where their sun sign is, and you really study your chart, you can literally like pick out the best of the best friends for yourself. Like you can say like, oh, this person is going to do this, they're doing it, and then it's like you don't even have to ask if you know how to just place people in certain positions because the sun, you got to think the sun is somebody's ego. Everybody loves their ego to be stroked a little. Everybody. So think about it. If you know exactly where to place that person in your life wheel, all you need is like a good maybe if you got kids, maybe one or two, three kids, you got three spaces filled, get you like five friends, that's five more spaces filled, and your whole life would just be so bright because you're putting the right people in the right places.
Right.
Can I chime in for a second?
Yeah, what's up?
I was just gonna say, I feel like when you really do have the right people around, we all just kind of place ourselves. We're just kind of
right. Because that's the thing. Like looking at your charts, I've seen so many charts, especially like let me see. If you got like what is it? Leo's, Pisces, and what else? Sagittarius, like those three signs for me. Oh, and Gemini, of course. Those four signs are like key indicators that those are the four people that I have to have in my world so that certain things can work a certain type of way and flow. So just being able to see everybody's chart in here, I'm just like, wow, this man, that person's energy would be great over here. And they would do this for this person. Like, it's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's so beautiful. And then, like, I want you guys, like, I love the fact that you guys are all connecting and now you're starting to mesh and cross pollinate because even without studying your charts, you're kind of just falling into place where you belong with people. And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the most beautiful thing. That's a part of the cosmic unity that we are trying to fulfill by being unified within ourselves.
Right.
Is that right?
I agree with
Orion.
Like the synergy.
high energy.
What happened? I'm in the room.
Outgoing.
One.
Yeah. Okay, I wrote that information down. I'm gonna
Come
do my
here.
homework.
What happened?
We looking forward to it.
Yes.
We can hear you.
I can hear myself. What the sick?
Orion. Hey, bud.
You.
I can hear myself.
Look, we're hanging out with all the friends.
We're having a party over here.
Hi.
Hi.
It's the
I
best
like
part.
your hair.
I know it was so
Yes,
cool.
right now.
So who else has? So anyone jump into their chart and start seeing like wondering about the people that are already in their lives yet?
What is it?
Have any of you like started doing your chart and then like seeing certain people come in who might have a certain type of sun sign and being able to pinpoint like, oh, that's what you're doing for me.
Yeah, like see how they fit in your life and like the synergy that you have with them.
I don't have to look up their chart. I can just tell by
We're making another chart.
like their energy and their vibe. Just
Lady C, think about it this way, Lady C, you need this information because if it was really that sweet, you would need that commitment energy. You would need it. You need the words. The energy is one thing, yes. Feeling the energy is one thing, but you need that vocabulary to be able to pinpoint and say, "Oh, that's you. That's who you are." Because feeling the energy is like, it feels good. I like that. But just because it feels good and you like it, if it's stroking the wrong part of your chart, you might want to be able to have the right information and the right knowledge to be able to say, I like it, but no.
right.
That's the best. That's the best. That's what you really want because we all get caught up in the attraction of things, the options of it, all these different energies. Like I can give you, for instance, right now, everybody in this chart, everybody that's in here right now, I've looked in your chart and I've literally been able to place you guys perfectly. And like, I can see you guys. I can hear you guys. Krista, I've been watching you for a while. I know, like, man, Krista would be perfect at this. Then the lady see,
She's singing.
then the lady see, just knowing that she's in California with in a certain type of space, and then feeling her energy, seeing her chart, I can be like, oh yeah, put her in this type of position, do this, and it's like everybody is kind of like always there. It's almost like I gotta be patient because there's all these options. And yeah, I could be the one to pick and choose, but really that's not my job. My job is to just be very aware when it's time for me to choose a person. You know, that person who's like, hey, this is my job. I'm supposed to do this, and I'm supposed to be like, oh, really? Okay, cool. Come on, let's go. You know, you gotta give people. It is hard too because it's a sense of responsibility. You know what I mean? With great power comes great responsibility. Being able to foresee that somebody else is great at something, but then also being able to let them lead themselves into the right position without you forcing it on them. That's a fine line, very fine line. It's almost like Inception. You gotta,
Gotcha.
you gotta put the idea in somebody's head so that they think it's their idea.
Right.
But you gotta be responsible. You can't be manipulating people. You want people to be happy in their position. You don't want them to be doing the position because they feel obligated to do it.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can.
Gotcha.
It takes practice. It takes practice to pick up on somebody's. It takes a lot of practice to just do it with the energy.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't necessarily have that. They might be able to feel the energy, but just feeling the energy, but then also getting out in the world and going to a party that has 50 people in there and trying to decipher which energy is the bad versus the good. It would be better if you were able to have cues, mental cues, language. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Because there's been times where I've been at a party, been at a showcase or at a club, and I'm speaking to like 5 or 6 different people, and I might be getting an energy that there's an attraction. But just
Yeah.
because there's an attraction doesn't mean that it's for the right reasons. And you can really get lost in the sauce, especially when you're out there really mingling with energies like that.
Yeah.
People know how to wear the masks really good, especially
Yeah.
living in a fast-paced environment where everything is hi, bye, how you doing? I gotta go. I'll see you soon.
I totally get you.
Who else has got some homework, some questions about homework or about your chart? Just who else got something?
Thank you.
Did I have homework?
Did you have homework? Let's see. What I think we did your homework, sister.
Yeah, I did it on the spot because I forgot that time too.
Yep, we did the homework. Hey, listen, we don't have to do homework this weekend. Except Lady C. Lady C has homework. But the rest of us, listen, next week when we do these subscriber only lives, the focus is gonna be Cancer. Cancer placements. Jupiter is about to make the big transition once every year. You know, that's like the easiest one to follow is Jupiter because it only happens once a year. It takes 12 years to complete a whole Jupiter cycle. And wherever Cancer is in your chart, that's where the blessings, where the abundance, where the easy manifestation of abundance and expansion is gonna go. Like for the whole year, that's gonna be where all your blessings and your expansion is gonna be. So you want to know. You want to know what's going on with Cancer because it's foresight. That's all it is foresight. What's up, Tristan?
I don't know where Cancer is in my chart because it's not like an actual like placement. You know what I mean? Like I don't have any Cancer placements.
No.
There somewhere.
No, let me show you. Let me show you how it goes.
Okay.
Your Trista, I got your chart. Let me go pull your chart up for a second.
Thank
Because I've had
you.
trouble with this, and I would appreciate if you could help me.
I got you. All right. So, Trista. So right now, Jupiter is in your 10th house of career. So next week, it's literally already been working on your career for about 8 months.
That's interesting.
You also have Chiron, which is the wounded healer, at 23 degrees of Gemini in your 10th house. So you have a wound in what you want to do, like how you want to go about your career.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you've got Jupiter getting ready to cross over into Cancer, and that's still in your 10th house. So for the whole year, it's getting ready to cross over into Cancer, and I'll say maybe fall, around fall time, it's going to go into your 11th house. So this is what you're going to be doing this a lot more come this full year.
That's when I stopped working as much and
So,
started focusing on TikTok.
social networks are about to blow up, girl.
Listen, Trista. In 2000, listen, I know this is going to seem like a long way away, but it's really not. In 2027, you got a new 12-year cycle of good luck, and it's all starting with your first house of self. So you will be getting a glow up in 2027. And from 2027 for the next 12 years, it's gonna go through it's gonna be in your first house. 2028, it's gonna be in your finances and how you value yourself. And you're gonna be getting little glimpses of this too, because oh man, it's beautiful. I don't want to jump too far ahead for you. It's beautiful. So remember, 2027, Jupiter is going to go into your first house of self, and it's going to expand you.
You know, that seems like the right timing based on where I'm at right now. I'm on but slowly and starting, like I finally have like come out of depression, and I feel like a completely new person right now, and it just continues. Like every day, it's just like I'm getting happier and happier. I'm like, how much happier can I get? I'm like so freaking happy. I'm gonna be like way too much for the world. If I get any
Kristen, don't just wait. Me and Likewater, we say this every single day. Like, man, the universe literally. I say I don't know if it can get happier, and the universe just busts out laughing and says, "Watch what tomorrow brings." Keep thinking, keep going forward. It keeps getting better.
Every stinking day.
And it's really beautiful because like to know that in 2 years, just 2 years, it's all gonna change. It's literally gonna be like 2 years from now. You're gonna think 2 years from now is when it starts. 12 years from then, you're gonna be in whole life is gonna be transform your everything, and all you gotta do is just continue to keep showing up because the energy is just gonna keep doing what it's doing. All you gotta do is just keep showing up.
What I'll do then.
Oh, and guess what? We're all gonna be here to show up too.
Hey,
Yeah.
easier for me for sure. Like on my hard days, I'm like, I can't let anyone down. I need to show up, and you know what I mean. Like even if I can't for myself, like I do it for my community, and that, you know what I mean, keeps me consistent. So thank you all. I love you.
What's up?
Hi, I'm
How are you?
Jackie.
Nice to meet you,
I'm
Jack.
good. How are you? Yeah, nice to see you face to face.
That's we're trying to level it up. We're trying to take it to the next level now. We're trying to put
There's no
faces,
pedestals.
personalities, but we want all that.
Yes.
I can't sit still. I don't know if you guys could tell.
The closer you get to me, the more echo it's gonna have.
I know how y'all feel watching me.
Huh?
I know how y'all feel watching me.
All over the place. So tell me, Jackie, what's happening? What's new? What's going on in your world?
So I don't know how long I have because I'm in Greece right now. My mom just got married here. This is my last night. I fly out tomorrow morning. I haven't packed yet. You know, I like to procrastinate. One of the things I should work on, I am working on. But neither me or my brother have packed, and we have to leave anyways. But so I am like, oh, thank you. I'm kind of like debating going into something new. So I want to potentially transfer schools or go back to my old school, back with all the old transcript, that heavy baggage that I have to carry with all those memories and
I can just
trudging through
tell you don't
schools.
want that. I can
And
just tell
I'm not,
not what you want at all. Like, ew.
there's certain bureaucratic things I have to stay for at least a time, right? But I'm working on not being attached to that anymore, because I was very attached to this idea of college and having the college experience. I'm 20, I'm about to be 25 years old, and I'm done with that. I'm done with that. And I just want to live and finish school. And I don't know, my birthday's coming up, and I'm like, how long do I need to keep doing the known? But I want to keep some of the known. You know what I mean?
Just enough to what? Not be afraid? Is it
To be quite
enough to,
frank, I have built a life. I've
okay.
built a life where I go to school, and I want to keep that life, but I don't want to stay at that school. So I was born at, like, in the morning on June 15th. I think I have a Gemini sun, of course. Or I'm bad with this stuff, guys.
Do you
Be
remember,
content with no plan. Yes, that sounds like my therapist.
did I ever get your chart? I don't think I put your chart in my journal. What do you think? Did we do some homework?
No,
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. We're
we
gonna
did a
have,
little. We did some cards.
okay, we did cards. Yeah,
We've done some card pulls.
what we doing here, this is strictly about getting to know you, basically just your divine
Yeah.
identity. And as far as what you're talking about, how long are you gonna, what you want to do, and how long, either going into the unknown versus keeping the known. Your best bet is going to be diving into your chart to see what's best for your energies, because it's going to come down to, if you,
Right.
and you're talking about staying in Greece. You're talking about Greece, right? When you say you want to
Oh no, I wish. I
okay.
wished.
So you're just
No,
talking about
I would go somewhere with family
okay. So, and that's
in
another thing.
general.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you know about astro. What is it? Is it called astrocartography, babe? Do you know about astrocartography, where you can find out where you should be on the planet, where you should be?
No, I don't. That's a tough thing for me, because I'm someone that I have a lot of love in my heart. I can be happy in a lot of different ways. And it's almost like a struggle of riches in a way. Like, that's a beautiful thing to have. Also, look at all my cool bracelets I got. I got all the chocolate bracelets and
We
stuff.
all
But
struggle with greatness. It's all right. We all struggle with being great. It's okay. We're all great, right? Isn't everybody great? But we've all been struggling with it. So it's cool. But yes, once you figure out for yourself, like, it's best to say, like, if one of these schools was over here and one of these schools are over here, both have great potential, family, all that stuff, it would be best to want that extra little bit of knowledge about your soul in this location. Like, okay, where is my spirit gonna be best fed? Like, I get it's gonna be beautiful either way. If I go there, it's gonna be beautiful. If I go there, it's gonna be beautiful. But where is my spirit gonna be at home and feel good, whether it's still growth and expansion and all types of new life to live, all that good stuff, right? So that's why astrocartography is very, very, what can I say, it's one of them things that, if you're really gonna take the journey seriously, you should take, if that's a question of where you want to be, like, because a lot of people don't have that. Like me, I know that I'm gonna be right here in Michigan. I love Michigan. you know but if there's a question of where you're gonna be, astrocartography is gonna be the best bet, because it'll give you something to practice. All you got to do is take a trip, you know what I mean, go see how you feel. If astrocartography says, hey, go over here because A and B and C is gonna feel like this, all you got to do is go try it out. You ain't got to
and I know
stay.
where to apply.
Commitment. All you got to do
I'll
is
know where to.
exactly.
Sorry, I'll know where to apply to school too, because I have a good GPA, but a bad transcript, because I had lots of withdrawals from medical things and emotional things that life happens, of course, especially when you're in college. But especially every time, honestly, let's be real. But it's a wonderful thing because I'm really wanting. I feel like my spirit is almost ready, and in another couple years, I feel like I can go where I want. Like once I get this undergrad degree, I can go. But for now, it's like something's like I'm not quite done yet. And that's a real thing, and I know where that's coming from, but I think that's an awesome concept, the astrocartography, because to have options and be able to follow them if I choose to, or at least be curious about it, is a wonderful thing. And I can, so thank you.
I'm looking forward to hearing about the story. That's what I'm looking forward to because I treat my life like an experiment. Like I don't live a safe life. I've never strived to try to live a safe life. So every time I discover new things about myself, new things about my journey, I am very like hands-on about, ooh, it's time to go outside. It's time to go outside and test this out. Whether it's the new a gift of persuasion or a gift of just being able to, if I pull a card and it says, hey, you got the confidence, go out there and make something happen. I need to go out there and try it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
that's what I want you to do. I want all you, once you discover something, it's like, all right, cool. Let's take this to the streets. Let's try this.
It's so funny you say that because I almost, as I'm getting older, I'm like feeling my spirit and myself almost slowing down a little bit. And I'm like, all right, I'm no luck because I go to college in Boston, which is like, everyone knows it's like dot, 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 go. And it's like, I feel myself not wanting that life anymore, but wanting education, wanting that enrichment. So that's why I'm like, I'm not quite ready to go jump, but I'll I'm getting there and I'm looking and I
It's
have
gonna be
places in mind. Like
it's gonna be a lot cooler. I think it's gonna be a lot cooler in the future. Let's say like, and I guess when I say cool, I feel like I'm showing my age. What's the word? Exciting. It's a lot more moving forward into the future. I want to say by maybe 2030, it's going to be more common. That's the word. It's going to be more common for younger people to slow down and say, hold on, do I want to do that? Because I think now that a lot of people my age, because I have children that have children, so me being an example, I think I'm one of those people that when my kids see me going through what I'm going through, eventually they're gonna slow down, and then they're having the future kids, the little kids that are going to school. So now that their habits are gonna change, they're gonna be looking like, man, I want to move in that direction. That direction looks a lot better than clubbing all the time, in and out of different places, traveling all over the world just for travel's sake. Like people are going to want to travel for knowledge and family and really connection, not just traveling to go party and to just have people will be able to do that, but it's also going to be more about, man, my soul's calling me to go there and have this experience. And then maybe there's some spiritual things that I might want to get into. Maybe there's some ancestry things that I need to know about over there. So I'm really looking forward to how people decide to go on these different journeys of healing.
me too. And I feel like too that whole aspect of being tied down, even just tied down to a specific college, for example, that's such an early part in your life. That's what I'm dealing with right now. So I talk about that. But the example of being tied down, it's comes from such a mindset of lack and scarcity. And that's something that I've really worked hard to shift out of. And I've noticed that shift in the way I feel, um, of like believing no matter where I go, I can make new friends. I can find a new therapist, for example. That's a big one for me. I'm like, that's a hard one because I love mine right now. And she's awesome.
Eventually,
But
I think eventually the college. I think eventually college. All that stuff is gonna wind up becoming something you do from your computer. Like you can you'll be able to travel the world, take notes, tap in with just like me, just like I've got this school, that I'm doing this and teaching you guys. Like literally, you're gonna be able to tap in from anywhere in the world Learn what you need to learn. Take your notes, because it's these days moving forward. It's not going to be about making money anymore. Like there's so many ways now to make money. People are going to really actually be learning what they want to learn instead of learning what they can to make money. So that's the biggest thing now. Like especially with life, when people become students of life again. Oh man, when you become a student of life, you can go anywhere. You can speak anything. You talk to anybody and learn.
I'm a biology major, so there you go.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a beautiful transition. I see it happening. A lot of people are in fear right now because a lot of people don't understand that we're getting ready to move into a creativity based economy. It's going to be people. It's going to be creatives that are out there really connecting with people. It's not going to be about the shiny and the new. It's going to be about, oh, well, that person has experience and I just like them as a person. Like they're authentic. They connect with me and I want to support them. I don't care that yours is cheaper. I rather spend my money with them because I know them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have also that like creative side coming out too, especially this past 4 months. And it's been a tough 4 months, but it's also been like a wonderful, different 4 months. Like my mindset is very different than it was 5 months ago. Because 5 months ago, I was trying to work through school with a broken dominant wrist, and like I literally couldn't write, and I was like trying to do a college class. I was like, but I can't take another break. But I've gotten to be like, but actually I can though, and I have to now. So I guess I am, and maybe that will turn into something beautiful. Like shifting schools.
Always. Like these days, I don't even make room for the bad. Like, or not bad, but the either or. There is no either or. It's always working out for me.
Yeah.
Like when I think about the best case scenario, or there is no or. It's always the best case scenario, because especially where we are in our journeys now, where we're connecting, we're talking with each other, we're uplifting each other, we're inspiring each other, we're showing up for each other. Those things, every day you do it, it literally builds that. So we already got the momentum going. So it's almost one of those situations where, let's say you change schools and you're feeling a certain type of way, for a fact that everything is working out. So if it gets too crazy, too chaotic, all you got to do is remember, hey, let me slow down, let me take a deep breath. Maybe I need to stop what I'm doing and just like take a nap because I'm thinking too much. And that's
Maybe I need to watch Black Mirror. That one day, I know I was in your live and I was like thinking so deep about everything, and I was just feeling everything, and it was just not a good day. But I was in your live. You told me to watch Black Mirror. You said, but don't binge it. Just those first 2 episodes, they'll get you thinking. And I did. And I was like, that was enough. I'm going to take a nap now. And I did. And then I went, okay.
I think the only reason, like water, what do you think? I think the only reason that we are even able to not binge is because we have so much other things to do.
Yes, we have limited time for TV.
Like when you're trying to spend 9 hours a day with other cool people, you got to put a limit on the TV time. You got to put a limit on the video game time. Even the sleep has to got to tweak the sleep a little bit, but it's worth it. Every day that I come on here, even today, like just think if I would have missed today, I would have missed out on this type of growth. Like this is my first time having it loaded up like this, and we're just chilling. You know what I mean? Like we're kicking it, and this is growth. Even though we're making it work how we're making it work, I don't know. I don't even know if there's a better way. I've never seen it like this before. Any of you have any of you been in stuff like this?
In a box?
Yeah, in a box.
I have.
How like is it? Do it be filled up like this, and is it like this
I've seen
calm?
it.
It
Hmm.
fills up,
No.
and then you can
I never have.
you can change them too. Like you could like you see how like you're like full blown.
Oh yeah, I know I can put one of you guys in there. I
No,
can
no,
do
no. You can put you smaller and then add more.
really.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me.
and
It's
then
like chaos.
all gift each other like stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, you just gotta
Oh, that's cool.
explore. I'm
oh,
learning myself, so
okay, okay.
Hello,
I'm
what's
all
happening?
savvy. But
Look
when
at
So
Zombie in here.
people
Why is Zombie quiet? Let's go.
when
where's
people
Zombie at?
Zombie, where you
design
at?
and stuff,
Is hold on, let me see who. I'm gonna invite Zombie. We're gonna invite Chelsea back up.
wow.
11:11.
We need all the regulars up in here. What's up?
We'll see if they pop in. Chelsea's coming.
Peace, love.
Get some boys.
Girl, hey girl.
It's a party.
Is this the limit? Have we reached the limit?
Yes,
There he is.
I think we've reached the limit.
you can make yourself smaller.
I can.
Yeah, and then the box next to you can make it smaller. So
Nice glasses, Chelsea.
Thanks. I'm just chilling outside.
Zombie man, are you here? We can barely hear Zombie man. This is so
I'm gonna go
cool.
outside.
Y'all, it's so pretty out here.
Oh, we got Trista out there in the streets. Hey,
I'm going outside.
A little hollow blossom, not a street sprout. Hollow blossom.
all right. Like
I am here.
on a walk.
Welcome, brother.
Man, what's happening?
I'm well, and yourself?
You know, in here doing what we do best every day, trying to take over the world.
I feel the powerful vibes. I'm loving being here. I tell you.
Ah, we love that. We love that. What's new in your neighborhood? What's happening? This is my first time kicking it with you.
Well, I'm just working on a business plan, doing some research while listening in, and writing down some questions for my Chat GPT to dive into my birth chart a little deeply. So I'm multitasking over here. I'm loving it.
That M3 got you nonstop, right?
M4, but I'm not flexing on you.
It's all good. It's all good. I appreciate you being here.
Of course.
Man, this is beautiful. Look at all this growth, guys. We're in the next level already.
Hmm?
My
That's a good
friend
stuff to hear.
just joined.
Who just joined?
Shadowless. That's my friend.
Shadow Less?
Oh,
I don't know.
They won't be able to comment if they're not a subscriber.
Okay.
Oh,
He can join. He's there for a preview.
okay. Hey, what's going on, man? Hopefully we see you next time.
He's chill.
For sure. It's such a
I have a question.
Ooh, who's got a question?
So,
I don't want.
what is everyone's opinion on the whole introvert versus extrovert thing?
As far as
Like, I don't know if that's even related, but is there a way to see that in your chart? Because I've always felt confused by that in myself because I don't feel like I fit into either one. I'm more in the middle, but I like people and I'm energized by people, but I like to nap. And I just like everything. So I'm wondering if there's guidance.
I'm talking to Lady C, right?
No.
Am I talking to Lady C?
Everyone.
No, the girl down.
Who am I talking to?
The glitch.
Oh,
I didn't want to say it.
all of the things were like popping up. I'm like,
I didn't want to say the. I didn't want to say her name.
okay, Jackie.
Sorry, I didn't know your name.
No, it's okay. I would say that that is a matter of who. That's a matter of yourself. Like I've told people that I thought that they were introvert and they didn't think they were introvert. So it's really just you. It's about you. You know, like I always tell people, we live in an intention and attention based universe. So depending on what your intention is, they've confused the whole world and told us we all live in the same reality, that we should all feel the same ways, we should all think the same, we should all view it the same. And that's so far from the truth. That's the lie that keeps us in ourselves like, dang, did I really see what I saw? Did I really hear what I heard? You know what I mean? You don't ever want to be in a place of second guessing yourself. You always want to be in a place of, I know what I heard, and I'm going to move based off of what I just felt. I don't need anybody else in this room validation to know that, wow, this is who I am, and I'm going to move like this, and I define it. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if I walked in a room full of people who just did not like me. If I went in there hoping to get validation, I would leave probably feeling like I was a nobody. So, but if I was to go in that room knowing that I was the shit, knowing that I already won, I'm not here to compete with anybody, then I leave the same way I came in. Guaranteed. There's nothing that's going to stop that. So that you have to have that same mentality about everything. That you have anything that you can put your hands on, put your energy on, you have to be able to say, I feel this, and because I feel this, I'm going to do this. And then everybody else can deal with however they want to deal with it. You know, like, it doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter how they view you. It doesn't matter how they feel about it, because we all know that our feelings are our own responsibilities. So when we move towards what we want in life, we have to move towards it with the intention, making sure that we are placing our attention on the things that we love about ourselves so we can grow the confidence and the momentum, so that when you say, oh, you know, I'm not an introvert or extrovert, I just do me, people will be like, okay. Okay, nobody's gonna say, nah, you gotta choose one. You're gonna be like, no, the fuck I don't. Why? Why do I gotta choose one? Who are you? Are you the master of definitions in my life? Like, you know, you gotta give people their real stuff back.
I would take that test, that like Myers-Briggs personality type, and it would always switch between the E and the I. And I was like, well, what am I then? So that actually makes a lot of sense. And I also feel like it changes throughout my life depending on what mindset I'm in, and that actually makes total sense. So that's a good answer.
Those things, listen, when I tell you that everything is intention and attention, you, depending on the person you are, you come from a space and time in the universe that nobody else can go to. Not even people who were actually there with you. Like the people, your sisters, siblings, cousins, whatever. The people who were there with you in the space when the thing happened, they probably don't even see it the same way you do. So when you're in that space, you have to understand that everything, your subconscious, everything that you think that you're seeing is actually being projected out of you. It's not like, oh, this stuff is coming in. No, the world is already inside your head and your eyes are projecting it outward. So it's your job to define everything that you see. You don't have to go outside and say, oh yeah, I wonder who named this thing right here in front of me. What's this called? No, universally we know that this big ass thing outside is a tree. Everybody knows it's a tree. But you don't talk to other people about that, you can call it something else. You can call it something else. You don't necessarily have to call it what they called it. You don't even have to tell anybody you call it anything else. But you can do that for yourself, because this is your movie. This is your reality. And it's simple as that. Like, when I say that I'm gonna create something, when I tell my son, I'll call my son up and say, hey, I'm about to make this song. It's about to be the best song in the world. He might hear the song and not think it's the best song in the world. But does it matter? If I put the song out and I love the song, and then the whole world hears the song and says that it's the best song in the world, does that matter more than when my son didn't think that it was the best song in the world? Who's right? Who's actually right? It doesn't matter. No, it literally doesn't even matter. And that's how you have to kind of like, when you move into your life, you got to be looking at things in a way where I control all this.
Yeah, your perception's your reality.
I control everything. And the things that I don't control, that's the real challenge. What do I do with the things that I don't control? How do I interact with the things that I can't control to keep the focus on myself so that I see where my power lies? If I can't go through this brick wall, do I have the power to go around it? Do I have the space and time to say, you know what, I'm going to sit here until the wall decays and goes away? It's up to you to figure out how you're going to get from one side to the other side. And it's, everybody has these powers. Like I'm sure every last one of you has these powers. And when you use these powers, because I know that's the thing, people will lie to you and tell you they ain't got no powers. But if you study yourself long enough and you know yourself, you know, okay, if I got powers, these motherfuckers got powers, and they just not trying to let me know they got powers. So once you respect that within yourself, this game becomes so much more easier. You got to start looking at people. You ever wonder to yourself, like, I wonder how many people have told me the truth about their age? You ever think about that? You ever ask yourself, like, I wonder how many strangers in the streets would, if I was to ask them about their age, how many would actually tell me the truth? How many of them are actually older, way older than they say they are, or way younger?
Yeah.
How many? You have no idea. Because how many people do you pass? How many people do we pass every single day?
A lot. It's to me because I don't assume people just lie, because I don't just lie, and and I don't think about it like that. And then I find out later that there's some 16-year-old at the bar that I was talking to, and I was like, what the heck? Not that I was talking to, but I was being friends with, and I was like, what? And this is in Greece, so it's weird, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like, what just happened? That's off topic, but
No, that's actually right on. I've literally met people in the streets, and we'll be talking, and you know, I never have surface conversations with people. Anytime somebody talks to me, somehow it always turns into this real deep stuff. And a lot of times they'll be talking to me, and I'll notice, like, this person has a lot more wisdom than I would have anticipated or thought. And it's all because I was assuming something. You have no idea. We assume so many things about each other. Like, even right now in this chat, we all are probably assuming something about one another that is so far from the truth. You know what I mean? And we have to get out of that. We have to stop assuming things. We have to be confident enough to just go within and learn ourselves, so that we really have the confidence to walk up to another person and say, hey, you know, I noticed this about you. And really connect. Instead of prying, instead of, like, you know how people like will ask penetrating questions to try to get to know you, and it feels uncomfortable. Like, oh, who are you? What do you want? Why are you asking me that? Right? Yeah. But we have to get into that space where we compliment each other. You know, hey, I noticed that you were doing this, man. That was dope. And be genuine with each other, so that the conversation just kind of just blossom like a rose. You ever seen a rose in a what's it called, time lapse? How it blossoms, but then it closes up, but then it blossoms again, very bright. That's how it should be when you're connecting with someone. It shouldn't be, well, let me not say it shouldn't, but I think it's a clear warning. If you ever are communicating with somebody and it's always, then there's something there, because there's always like it unfolds, tightens back up, and then it blossoms out more. And it's when it's like the sun is it's like chasing the light. The flower is chasing the light. When the light goes away, it kind of dims down, and then when the light comes back, boom, it blossoms even brighter. Watch some of those videos. When you get a chance, watch some time lapse videos of flowers blooming, and that is how your connection should be. Because you got to know, like when you're talking to somebody, that's your energy, that's your sun, your ego. You're expressing yourself, and it should be a give and take. It should be like a breathing. Like I breathe, you breathe. I breathe, you breathe. And sometimes it'll pause. Sometimes I'll breathe, and then you'll go away. And then when you come back, I breathe, you breathe. And it should be this. It should be a cyclical thing. Cycles. It should come back in cycles. Easy. That's the most beautiful expression of a relationship that I've ever seen is the sun and a flower. Check that out.
I am going to hop off because I'm going to fall over in my bed. But I saw Nat commented something. Maybe he would want to join. Or her. Yeah. Sorry. But Nat.
No problem. All right. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate you.
Bye. You guys are great. Good to meet you all. Bye. I'll come next week.
Travels.
Yeah. Nat, did you want to pop up here, Nat? Be a part of the convo?
I see Halos is in here too, maybe.
Angel Halos. What's up, Angel Halos? Are you just outside on the porch chilling? Blackwater?
Yes. Chelsea, did you see my question? Sometimes they don't pop up in the feed.
It's okay. We just kicking it. We're just kicking it. This is like a freestyle because.
Answering it. Go ahead. Y'all go ahead. Sorry.
This is just like a freestyle. We're just kicking it. No pressure, Nat. We're not gonna grill you about your chart or anything.
Yeah, come on, Nat. Join the fun.
I was just wondering because, like, when I do energy work, I can feel like my right hand is dominantly the one that gives energy out, and I receive more through my left. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know if it was like that for everyone or if it. Not so much when I do Reiki because that's like not of me, I'm a channel for it. So, right. But other energy.
I didn't ever think about it until you just asked me that question, but that's what I was feeling too. I was like, oh, okay, let me kind of think about it. I was like, yeah, this is more of the right hand as being the receiving hand. Or your right hand receives? No, I said it the opposite way. The right hand being the giving hand and the left hand being the receiving hand.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't think about it before in that way, and I've never taken any kind of like classes or anything for energy work. I just like one day knew how to do it. Like it just was like, oh, like I've known it before, and then I forgot it, and then it just came on again one day. I was like, oh, okay, I remember this. Yeah,
that's so interesting.
What's up, Nat?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm up north, so there's not great signal, but how are y'all doing?
Hello. Fantastic.
I was asking about the house for career path because recently I've just had a ton of career path changes, and it's so like difficult to feel grounded with that and have like a steady income. And I was looking at my chart, and in the 10th house is my, I always get the words for it messed up. I think my sun sign is would be if my birthday is June 5th, that would be Gemini. And then Mercury is also in the 10th house and my midheaven. And I'm like, I don't know what that means, but,
So what sign did you say?
So I'm a Gemini, and my Gemini is in the 10th house. I don't know if that's typical.
Well, it's not even a question of typical. Nothing's typical when it comes to the birth chart. Everybody's birth chart is vastly different and crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know if everyone's would it be their sun sign? Everyone's sun sign was in a different house, or okay, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, I've got like 3 things in my career.
The narcissist is not running a smear campaign against you to get.
Sorry about that.
All right. So you have your career in your 10th house.
That's so like Water said, the 10th house of my chart would be like the house geared towards the career path.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and so Gemini is in 10th house, and then on the chart it has the symbol for Mercury and the symbol for midheaven, and I don't really know what those mean.
So the midheaven is what like the best. Let me see. I'm gonna type it into my chat just so I can give you a better, clearer definition.
Cool, thank you.
Because midheaven definition. So the MC, the midheaven is the point at the top of your birth chart, cusp of the 10th house. It represents your public image, career, life path, reputation, your legacy, your aspirations, and what you're known for in the world. So, with that being in Gemini, you're looking at communications.
Okay, cool.
So when it comes to a career path for yourself, me personally, because I'm a Gemini rising, and my career house is in Pisces, and how this connects to you is the way that my Gemini works. I'm about communication. My vessel houses a bunch of fire, and I love to communicate, and my Gemini rising makes it very easy for me to put these topics together in words and in a way that is easily streamlined and understood. So with you having Gemini in your 10th house and having the bonus of having the ruler there, because Gemini's ruler is Mercury, that means whatever career you decide to choose, it's gonna be about you communicating.
Okay.
Now, as far as, like I said, because you have the actual planet there, man, that's something I would. Do you have access to ChatGPT?
Not yet. Not yet is the short answer.
Well, if you just wanted to ask it one question, because it's free to download, but if you just wanted to ask it one question, it would be, okay, I just found out that my 10th house is ruled by Gemini, and I have Mercury there with my midheaven. What kind of job opportunities, or what type of job should I actually be moving forward or looking to jump into? You know, you can give it all types of specifics. You can say I'm this age.
Right.
These are my skills. I have Mercury and Gemini in the 10th house. What should I be aiming for? And it'll give you a roundabout based off of the Gemini, what that means, because it'll go into detail about what Gemini represents. It'll go into detail about what your 10th house represents. And all of this, while you're reading, should get the wheels spinning for your own foreshadowing. You know what foreshadowing is?
Yeah, my degree is in video production, so I have a good knowledge on foreshadowing, yeah.
So that's what astrology does. Astrology makes it to where you can see the energies far ahead, and that way you can plant the seeds and say, oh, I already know what's happening for me in the future. I've been planting the seeds the whole time, and while I'm planting the seeds, I still have the foresight to see that these energies are at play. So, like, let's say an opportunity just falls out the sky, you'll know if it's a great opportunity for you or not because you've been already planting the seed. Plus, you've already had the foresight to know something was coming.
Yeah, I love that. And like yesterday morning, I think you pulled the 7 of Pentacles for me, and that was super cool. Like,
yeah, that's the gratitude, growth, and what is it? Gratitude, growth, and patience.
Yeah, it was the patience. I think was the last one. It's just been so cool. Like I am super impatient typically, and I've been practicing being more patient, and so it was really cool to have that card. And then tomorrow, I find out, it's a long story, but I've submitted photos to a photography competition. I got a call last week that I'm in the top 10 for the nation, and tomorrow I find out if I'm in the top 3, which would also bring in some abundance of money, which is super cool. And so I just a card, with then a few days later I find out.
You know what's really cool? Can I tell you something that I know? Since I know that your 10th house is Gemini, Jupiter is there, but next week it moves into Cancer, and it'll be in Cancer for an entire year. So,
Okay.
to me, from what I know, if you have Gemini in your 10th house, that means somewhere in your 11th house there's Cancer energy. So Jupiter is going to expand your social networks, your hopes, wishes, and dreams starting next year.
That's cool.
And that also means that in 2027, it'll hit your Leo. Are you a Leo rising?
Oh, I don't think so. I'm trying to remember.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
We're speeding along. I'm just giving you like what my foresight sees, because I know my chart so well, so I know the rotations. I know where things are going to be going. So because next week, June 6th, Jupiter is moving into Cancer, you're going to feel a whole different type of energy start bubbling up in you. It's going to be whether it's your 10th house, because it's going to be somewhere 10th house, 11th house is where this Cancer energy is going to pop up depending on your degrees. But it's gonna be another part of your career that's going to expand. It's going to make you feel more at home, more grounded, because that's what the Cancer energy is. Cancer energy is the mothering, the nurturing, the home energy. So whatever is going on right now, whatever you've been expanding this past year, is about to get a whole new boost of energy, and it's going to be loving, soft, Cancer, nurturing, home. So that's a great look. That's great stuff.
That. I'm excited. Thank you for that.
Oh yeah.
Really quick, if I have just a minute, I want to show you guys. I went to a store today, a spiritual store, and I found this light that I don't think is supposed to be an evil eye, but it definitely looks like one. And the base is like tap activated, and I just thought it was cool, so I wanted to share that really cool find.
Nice. Thanks. Thank you.
Anyway, thanks for having me. I'll stay on to see what other people have questions about.
No problems. Stay in. What's happening, you guys? What's new? What's going on in there? People are tapped out. People are doing other things. There's Trista.
I'm just over here peeling carrots.
I have a question.
What's up?
My Chiron is in Cancer in my 2nd house. Reading over it, and it's saying like it's like a parent wound, and how I didn't feel like I was like loved enough, or I didn't have security, and I feel like I've shifted that, and like I'm trying to be that mother to my kids now. So I don't know how to like implement that, I guess, with this energy coming up.
Talking about with the Jupiter energy coming?
Yes.
So with Jupiter going into your 2nd house of Cancer and you having a Chiron there, let me check. My Chiron is also in my 1st house. And I have, which is really funny, I have my Lilith, which is in Cancer, but it's in my 1st house as well. So I understand that energy, but it came from my mother. That's why it's a Lilith. Lilith is about mother. Chiron is about the society or the masculine energy. So the Chiron, it comes from like either a father figure, lack thereof father figure, or the society that took the place of the father figure. And when it's a like that nurturing energy, it's going to expand your 2nd house of values. So you're going to get basically, Jupiter is going to come and be like a balloon. You know how like you have a balloon and you blow up the balloon, you blow it up. That's what Jupiter is. Jupiter is going to blow up that house and really make you look at it. Once the sun enters into Cancer, I think that's like June 20th. That's when your conscious awareness is going to be like put on it. So whatever you feel like you don't know or you don't know how to implement, Jupiter is going to show you what you should be implementing.
Makes so much sense because my mom took me away from my father when I was like 3, and the same cycle happened with my daughter, where I took her away from her father, but it was out of security,
See, the
like
thing
in
is,
protection.
I understand it, but
Yeah.
this is what we need to realize as co-creators. This is what we need to realize as co-creators. The universe, for lack of a better word or term, does not care about the details. The universe's job is to give you the wound so that you can heal it. No matter what you do, your kids are all of our children, no matter how perfect we are, they're gonna have wounds. It's just the way that it is because they have to discover parts of themselves. The healing coming to this realm is about survival when we first get here. So everybody's got to learn how to survive first. Once you learn how to survive, because we even got to teach our children how to survive, and teaching them how to survive comes with wounds because we all know that just because you teach them how to survive here doesn't mean that that was right. Needing to survive is never the goal, but because things are set up on this in this earth realm a certain type of way, certain people have certain things that they have to survive from. Everybody's got that in their chart, and some of us got it a little better than others, but it's still something that we have to survive. And once we do survive and we get the knowledge, then it's time. Okay, I understand why that's why forgiveness is so important, because you have to understand, like, at one point our parents were unconscious too, and then somewhere along the line they got as conscious as they could, and they tried to give us that what they, but we had all, sometimes we mad, we push people away, we don't want to be the ones to be like, I'm sorry or I forgive you. We have our issues, but that's why it is so important, because we have to realize our parents were kids at one point too. And if we really go back and think about how, for lack of a better term, how fucked up it was back then for everybody, you gotta think like, dang, man, my parent probably had it really bad and tried to do the best that they could, and I got scarred along the way. And then once you realize I probably did the same thing to my kid, you know what I mean? Like even the things that we can't help, sometimes as much as we hate to say it, sometimes our happiness comes first. We have to get it. We have to make our happiness come first, because if we have too many days where our happiness don't come first, what are we going to do for our children for real then?
Right. I feel like that's what I've been focusing on since I've had my little one. She's 6 months. She's a Sagittarius sun, and she was born at 3:33 in the morning. So I know, like, she was supposed to help me get past that healing hump. Like, I started on the journey before her, and I know, like, just her coming at that time was just divine timing in general. Like, I know that that was the confirmation that I needed, like, to get back to me.
Awesome. Hey, be empowered. Like I tell everybody, I know, believe me, my sister was one of the first people that ever came to me as a young lady. My sister, I love my sister. She was the first one to come to me and was like, man, I think karma was whooping my butt for all them times I done stood guys up and did this. And I just sat there and looked like, this is how it happens. I'm witnessing how people have their realizations about their own, what they've put out there in the world, and make that change and say, you know what? I got a son now. I don't want that stuff happening to my son. But she understands that she was a young lady that did this. And now that she knows, she has to be that protector for her son. And I see how the karma works full circle. You know what I mean? Same thing for men. Men who go out here and do Men who go out here and lie and just cheat, they have daughters. And they got to deal with that. They got to, if it doesn't happen to them, they got to go pick up the pieces when their daughter gets heartbroken. They got to feel those feelings. You know what I mean? So it comes back to us all. But the person who truly wins, the soul that truly wins, is the one that realizes and says, you know what? It all happened. It all happened for me. It all happened for me to heal, to come back to love. And now that I'm in that place, I can be the best version of myself and give that to my children, give that to the people that don't like me. You know, you got to be able to hold space for those people that are quote unquote not easy to get along with, ignorant, whatever you may put labels on them to categorize them. Once you realize that, oh, this all happened for me, I should be the most empowered person no matter what room I walk into. I don't care if 100 of you don't like me. You got to deal with this. You got to deal with me. And I'm not going to make you deal with the easy version. I'm going to make you deal with the superstar version, the version that got 100,000 beings in the theater watching, making sure I play this role to the best of my abilities. You know what I mean? And that's how everything changes for you. Once you show up, listen, I know you guys know. You guys are going to show up in your life in a way where people are going to be like, who the fuck do you think you are? You got to be ready when that time comes. You got to be ready with an answer. What are you going to say? When they say, when that person that you've been leveling up and now all right, here comes this person that you know, they used to get on your nerves, man. They used to trigger the crap out of you. And now you come face to face with them and you talking your big stuff. You doing your big one. You looking good. You feeling good. You shining. You got a couple of supporters behind you. And then here they come. Who the fuck do you think you are? What are you gonna say? Are you gonna shrink like in the past, or are you gonna step up and say, nah, not today, baby. This is who I am. You know what? I know exactly who I am. Who am I? Nobody to you, but I'm here. Look at me, shining, smiling. It's all about you. It's all about your charisma. It's all about your star-studded approach to your own life. It's confidence, and you guys have it. I can see it. Like, it's in your chart. It's all up in your chart. You know, like, look at Tristan. If they're like, Tristan's giving me the eyes like, somebody's watching me. Listen, guys, listen. The energies are literally all up in your charts. And you guys are super powered spiritual beings. And all you got to do is claim it. Just claim it. Say,
we're the X-Men after all.
For sure. It's like in the air. It's literally in the air. And really the universe is going to test every last one of you. Because nobody, the universe tests everyone. Soon as there's going to be a situation, it's going to be familiar. Usually for me, let me tell you what it is for me. You want to know what my situation usually is? It's either my children's mothers or their, my children's parents. Anytime when my daughter invited me to her 21st birthday party, and I was like, oh, this has never happened. You never invited me to. I knew. I'm like, uh-oh. This is one of the moments I'm gonna have to walk in the house and see all those people from all that time ago. And I can't hold a grudge, you know what I mean? I know these people ain't right. I know these people ain't I ain't trying to be around these people. I've spent so much time away healing myself, but now I get the chance to walk in that boy like the superstar and know who I am and keep a smile. Walk up to him, talk to him. Hey, what's happening? Do the hugs, do all the niceties, all that stuff, and actually present myself in a way where they're like, in my head, I can hear them. I can hear their voices because I'm conscious of knowing that we're all connected. So when I get close to them, I'm deeply listening to myself. I'm listening to my body. I'm listening to the thoughts that come across my mind, the random things, you know what I mean? And I'm claiming them. So when I hear stuff like, wow, is this the same? Is this really him? I heard this. I heard this. None of that stuff looks true. What is going on? What's happening? You're gonna hear these things in your own mind. It's like it's gonna be telepathic in your heart. You're gonna feel it like, dang, they was really clowning. They really didn't like me. They didn't see me at all. But they saw me tonight. But they saw me tonight. Yeah. That's when you reintroduce yourself. And now, guess what? Now they're going to go tell all the other people that they talked, all those other people that they were talking bad about you. Now they got to go update them. Now they got to go update all of those people because guess what? If they keep telling the same story, what'll happen is when other people see you, because you got to remember, when people be talking about you, all they're doing is promoting you. All they're doing is promoting you. And then what happens? Those other people, they talk about you so much that those other people get curious and they come check you out. They come to your page, check you out. And that right there is the moment that you're supposed to be talking your shit, living out loud. They need to come to your page and be like, oh, hell no. What's the name? Lied to me. You want them to say that in your head, like, oh no, they lied to me. I need to go talk. Let me call up so and so and so. I just went today live, and you must got the wrong person, man. Like all that stuff you were saying, like I feel like you screwed me over because I want to work with that person. I want to talk to that person, and now they got to go make sure they story straight. They got to make sure that they got to figure out what you're doing. They got to figure out something. Because they didn't lie on you for so many years, right? They lied on you for so many years, and now you showing up. Now you showing up like your real self, and now they can't hide you. What's up? Appreciate you guys. I love you. That's why going live and doing what you're doing is so important. I hope you understand that. People are out there creating all types of narratives right now about you, and the fact that you going live so people can see you and look at you and see that you doing just fine and you loving yourself, people not gonna be happy. People not gonna be happy because it just expose you. Being you is gonna expose every lie, every falsity, every little blip, everything that they said. When the people finally come over and see you, they're gonna be like, they fucking lied to me.
Hey, thank you.
Why did they lie to me? Why did they try to keep me away from this earth angel? Because I'm telling you, when people feel the energy, they feel it. They're gonna know. They're gonna know. And people are gonna be like, why did they lie? Yes, please. Why did they lie? And that's going to be the worst thing right there. People do not want to be exposed like that. Like that's a straight up sneak attack. That's a straight because nobody is expecting us to be over here doing stuff like this. Because we're all living alternate versions of our past realities. So nobody is expecting us to be doing stuff like this. So when it comes out finally, people are gonna not know what to say. They're gonna be caught up. They're literally gonna have to eat every word that they said, and it's gonna be worse because it's not gonna come from you. Of course, they expect it to come from you, but it's not. It's gonna come from all the people that they talk shit about you to. Nat, you said you had a question.
Okay, so this is so amazing because I've been kind of going through this like friend breakup thing where I left one of those people behind, but it actually was that she decided she didn't want to be friends anymore, and I was like, okay, you can take yourself out then. And then a couple months later, she started like telling one of my other close friends that she was worried I was avoiding her. And
Oh, she was creating a narrative for you to walk into.
Yeah, Yeah, and it's like, I mean, maybe this isn't something I have to figure out for myself, but do I react to that? Okay, I figured not. Because I think that's exactly what you want.
That's what they want. The thing is, it's about creating a narrative. When you create a narrative, when you go talk to other people about somebody else, it's called triangulation.
Yeah.
You're in the middle. You're the person in the middle. They'll find one of your friends, talk to them about you. Find somebody that you're not friends with, but is friends with that other friend. Talk to them about you, and then they kind of enclose you in the middle of this reality. Really, what it is four walls. It's four walls, and now, no matter what you do, the narrative has already been created. So you might think that you're just asking questions and reacting, but she's already set it up to where no matter what you do, you look like you're the one doing something wrong. Yeah. And that's why cutting the cords and then being able to back yourself and detach away from it, let them talk as much as they want. Because the day that the people that they're talking to find you and see you on their own, all the lies disappear. They see you with their own clear eyes because they have no choice, because the other person isn't there to continuously create the narrative. And eventually that person that created it will have to disappear. She'll have to, because if she doesn't, she'll have to face the fact that everybody knows that they're a liar. And nobody, believe me, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to live out that scene to where they are being faced with the hardcore truth that they are not right and can't explain why they're not right. You know? At least if you had an explanation for it, it would be good. But a lot of these people, it's jealousy. And nobody wants to say, I was jealous of you.
Yeah, well, and it's so interesting that you said cord cutting. I reacted to that because I forgot that I had done that with this person in January. I had a spiritual guide, a family friend, help me do a cord cutting, and I forgot that happened. And it's interesting too because the more she pushes the narrative, the easier it is for me to let go of the outcome and just continue to live as authentic.
You're going in and out. I'm sorry, you're going in and out.
Okay. It's because I don't have great signal. Can you hear me okay still? Okay. Yeah. Basically, the more she tried to twist the narrative, the easier it was for me to let go of the outcome and not worry so much, because the people that she was trying to twist the narrative to already know me for my authentic, loving, kind, compassionate self. And it still sometimes is hard to not be like, what are you trying to do and why? Like, please stop. But
you know what that is? That's just your inquisitive mind. You got to remember, you're a Gemini, so yeah. you want to know why. For a Gemini, it's more about understanding. We want to be able to see it, label it, understand why it's that way, so that we can do something to try to control it. But that's the ultimate thing, is to release the control. Yep. That is the thing that you can control. You got to kind of trick your brain and say, okay, we're going to control something. You ready? We're going to release it.
Yeah.
And that's the only control that you really have. Because anything else is going to get you tangled up in that it's the energy of meshing realities. The more that you engage with something like that, all it can do is ever bring you down. Even if, because a person at a low vibration and you up here, if you engage with it, the only thing that can happen is you bring them down. That's it. They can never raise you up. Never. And then that's when you get those things, like those realities where Wrong place, wrong time. You weren't supposed to be dealing with that girl anymore. Now you're talking to her, and now you're sharing this crazy scene that you never should have been a part of in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think too, one of the things you had said earlier. Oh shoot, I just lost my train of thought. That's okay.
No, it'll come back. It'll come back to you.
Thank you.
Man, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energies. That's all we want moving forward. Beautiful energies. Ask yourself every time a scene is getting ready to come up, and that's what the best part about foresight, you guys. Like when you have that foresight of your chart, when certain things are coming into your reality, you can say no. You can say no. That's right. That's right. You can say no. If you see somebody coming in, somebody's calling your phone talking about, hey, we wanted to make you a part, do this and do this. If in your heart and in your spirit you could feel that it's a no, just say it. Say it. Be proud to have that much connection with your inner self and say, nope, I'm good. I'm good. You know, I'm gonna lay in bed tonight. I'm just gonna read. Don't even try to make it spectacular. Like you got something super way more awesome. Let them know how boring that you rather be. Oh, you're gonna have a great night. You're gonna do all those dope things. You know what? I think I'm gonna vacuum my floor. I think I'm gonna vacuum. I think I'm gonna do the dishes. Those been calling. You know, I think I'm, you know, like Laura. She was like, hey, I'm going across the street to pick some flowers. Like the things I'd rather do than be with whoever. Fill in the blank. Whoever it may be. Whoever you think or feel is taking your energy, draining you, not giving back to you. Let them know. Yeah, I'd rather do something totally boring than let you do that. You know, what's that show you were telling me about? I'd rather watch that than do what you know what I mean? Like, and you make it fun. Make it fun. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're making it happen, guys. All beautiful things moving forward. Did any of you cut off a scene this past weekend that you could have been involved in that could have drained your energy? Who had a scene that they said, you know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather not take part in that scene. Trista? Nice. You want to tell us about it? Want to share?
Yeah, it's a little personal, but I don't care. It's not like I don't say all this stuff anyway. I got upset about my son not coming the first night that he was supposed to be here. I started to get very upset, like bad, to the point to where it would have made the visit, like the next day, kind of, tense and just low energy. Mm-hmm. So I did this last time this happened too. I'm just done. Like I'm done feeling it. Like nothing's different about it. Like I've told you this before. Like I already felt all that. So like I just decided, to just move on and not dwell in that, and let it just like
repeat the movie that you've already watched and felt.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not doing this again. I'm just gonna sit here and then find some joy somewhere else. And I did. Like I don't know what I did. Oh, live. I went live. Sorry.
You're going. Hey, I can't wait to have my Lamborghini truck.
Right. I don't know what that was. There's always loud cars going by, like constantly. There's not a lot of peace here.
Don't let me pull up my Lamborghini truck. I'm
Lord.
Just like that.
My neighbor will complain.
And I'm gonna have some subwoofers banging.
Uh-oh. Yeah, she'll be mad. I'll be getting texts. She's already texted me about stuff.
Listen, that's great that you did that, because it happened for me too. Like my youngest daughter's mother, who's a Gemini, invited me to my daughter's birthday party, right? And in my head, I'm like, oh man, this is the first time, I'm hoping everything goes good, but I had to remember that I'm in control of how I react. It doesn't matter what she does or how she does. I have control of if I want to stay, and I have control of what I say. I have control of what I think. So okay, cool. I'm gonna go to this event. And because I didn't go in with, believe me, there's a lot of things I could have went in there mad about, like on my heart. Things that, unsolved things, conversations that never completed, all types of things that I could have went in there with. But I decided that in order for me to have the time that I want to have with my daughter, if I think about these scenes, I want to be happy. I want to be hugging her. I want to speak to her, and I want to be talking to her, and none of that has anything to do with her mother. So I need to avoid any supercharged emotional exchanges with the mom and make it all about my daughter. And if I can do that, no matter what happens, it's going to be the best night for me.
Yeah.
And I even had to take a loss and leave early just so I wouldn't cross over into being there too long.
Yeah, like overstay your welcome and it get weird.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like shoot, what was I saying? I feel like because I can do this with this situation, a very intense emotional situation, with my kid, I feel like if I can do that with this, I can do it with anything.
And that's what the universe does.
And it wasn't a big deal. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but it really was to me. It was a big shift internally. So
just imagine that. What is it? A year? A difference a year makes, right?
Yeah. It's crazy how different I am from like a year ago. Like I was really in pain a year ago. I was going through ego death, dark night of the soul, stuff like that.
And would you say in hindsight? Would you say in hindsight most of that came from just thinking you had more control than you actually did?
Yeah, I guess it was just I allowed myself to be in the same situation I've been in before with a narcissistic, abusive partner. My kid's dad's like that, and then not all of them have been like that, but like it's very similar to my mom and our dynamic. So it's just like I knew that I was still dealing with this and that I needed to heal it. But like the whole time that it was happening, I was so infatuated with him and loved him so much that like I didn't even care. Like I knew it. Like I knew what was going on, but I didn't. I was like, I love him too much. So like that whenever I left him, I made him leave, my whole world turned upside down. I lost my home. I lost like everything. So I went through a lot.
Go ahead, likewise. Go ahead, show her.
Oh my gosh, those are so pretty.
Let's see if I can expand that. Hold on.
Wow. Those were just growing like across the road at a park or something.
Our neighbor, his whole front yard is like a garden, and he told me I could pick flowers whenever I wanted.
Oh, that's a good neighbor.
Yeah,
what a sweetie.
so wonderful.
That's so nice. Those are beautiful.
Yeah,
thank you for showing me. I love flowers.
They smell great. They smell great. Just all through the house. Just smells like floral.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
Oh no. We're just kicking it. We got 30 minutes, and it's beautiful. I feel like all of us should get this whatever this is called that we're doing right now. I know that this is a part of one of the challenges for going live. So we all should should have that just check mark right off. So I love that. I love that. So
are you doing the bath? Then dinner?
Yes.
Okay,
man, I've been through that, Nat. I definitely when I went first, I was living with my children. Me and their mother, we had a home together, and it was a good year. We had such a great year, and all of a sudden, the landlord just started acting a nut, wouldn't take care of things, and I had to make a really, really, really like hard decision. And the decision I made was that we weren't paying rent anymore because they weren't taking care of their end. So we stopped paying rent. We end up having to leave the house. And it was like the best, like watching that whole thing come crumbling down the way it did, and then to see how we were able to bounce back. That right there put me in the mindset of nothing is ever gonna happen that you can't bounce back from. No matter how hard you hit the pavement, because you will hit the pavement and it will hurt. You will get scraped up, but you will live. You may limp a little. You may even lay there for a while. Believe me, there's been many times where I've hit rock bottom and I just laid there staring at the sky. And waited, like literally waited for somebody else to come over and say, "Hey, are you all right? Are you dead?" Like, am I dead? Is this heaven? No, this is earth. You're still here. You're gonna try again? I guess. I guess I'm gonna try again. Oh yeah. That's the whole reason why I say when you hit rock bottom, you hit rock bottom. You know, you just lay there for a while. It's not like you're giving up. You're just taking a rest, you know? Your back hurts. Your back hurts. The ground is not that forgiving. You feel it? You feel me? Trista, what do you think since you've got your chart? What have you been staring at the most? Because your chart is beautiful. Let me tell you, your chart is beautiful. What has been catching your eye the most about your chart?
Honestly, like I love so many different parts of it, and I'm just always staring at it, like in all like the aesthetics and stuff. I'm always just like, it's a pretty thing. I'm staring at it. But the one thing that I've noticed that I've been focusing on, and it's helped me with, is like I can actually see my placements. You know what I mean? Like put out like the shapes that they make. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't really see it. It just all looked so jumbled because I have a lot in that one side,
Yeah.
on my chart. So like I never could actually see exactly where they were. It just like was so jumbled. And now I can like see like each one.
Nice.
So that's helped me a lot.
Good. So if there was something in there that was like, what is that? What is that? Well, do you have one of those yet? Like, what does that mean? Like
I don't know much about the fortune, and I don't know the vertex.
The vertex.
I don't even know if I've heard that. I probably have.
The vertex. Me and Chelsea were talking about the vertex. Me and Chelsea's Chelsea has a vertex, and it's in one of my planets hits her vertex. So in her life, I'm someone that comes in to trigger some type of awakening. And and the same thing for you, depending on your vertex placement, if you meet somebody who's a planet, it could be a planet, a placement. If it hits that same degree, that person is meant to come into your life and be a fated type of meeting.
Yeah, I never knew anything about it. Is it in Aquarius? My vertex? That's what it looks like. Is that right there in Aquarius? I know it's backwards.
Yep, that's Aquarius.
I didn't think I had any Aquarius placements.
Look at
I don't have any Cancer placements at all.
No, but just because you don't have Cancer placements,
it's still there.
Cancer, when you whatever your placement is in Cancer, it just means that's the energy that rules that part of your life.
Gotcha.
So you not having any placements there means that you necessarily don't bring any energy. You don't project any energy there. So you have to learn to deal with Cancer.
That's weird because I was always considered the crybaby. I'm so emotional. Like,
so where is your Cancer? And where did I say your Cancer was? Let me check.
I don't know. This is all. I don't know if you can tell by looking at the chart.
Oh, no, I got your chart right here.
No,
I got it right.
It's in the 11th and 10th house, I think. Like right in the middle.
Yep. I remember. Oh yeah.
Just now kind of learning like the houses and like rulers and stuff like that. My ADHD, it's just been a lot of information to try to process.
That's why I tell people you start with one. Don't try to go and do it all. One placement and try to make it something that's relevant so that you have that will to figure it out for the moment. Because sometimes you'll go research something and it'll be like, that's pretty dope, but what am I gonna do with that information at right now?
Right. No, you're right. That definitely is what makes it stick.
Yeah. So when you're trying to when there's a matter at hand right now, like if it's housing, relationships, career, money, like whatever is causing you any type of discomfort that you would like to change and turn around, well, that would be the second house.
What do I have there?
And for you, that's yep. Your part of fortune is in the Libra.
I didn't think I had Libra placements either.
That is your Libra placement. The part of fortune. It says 20 degrees. So that if you want to know about your money, that's it right there. That's your money.
So just research that.
The part of fortune. This is what you'll want to ask something about this. This is the question. I just found out that I have Libra in my second house, but I also have my part of fortune at 20 degrees Libra. What's that mean for my money?
Okay.
Or you could say, what's that mean for my self-value? Because we also incorporate self-value with how much money we have. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Even though we shouldn't. But the world does. So, we work with the best. We work with what we can.
Thank you. This is something kind of completely new to me, so I will be doing some homework.
Oh man, I can't.
Myself homework.
It's gonna be so fun. Yeah, so what are the degrees for? Degrees. You know how they say, what was the movie called? 6 Degrees of Separation. Anybody remember that movie, 6 Degrees of Separation?
I don't think I saw it.
Huh? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. The point of it is that you are always at least about 5 people from your life changing. There are 5 people in your circle that if you talk to all 5 of these people, one of these people can put you with somebody that can change your whole life.
This is true. I have witnessed this in life, and that is one thing that's just made me. I don't know.
And that's why they always say, your 5. If you let me see your 5 closest friends, I can show you what your life is going to look like. So we have to, when we think of degrees, basically in Western astrology, just Western or tropical, I should call it. Every house is 30 degrees. Every house is 30 degrees, which means every one of those degree placements within that sign, that's a different version of that sign. So when you say like a Pisces, all Pisces aren't alike. Of course, there's 30 different degrees of Pisces. There's 30 different degrees of every sign. And the reason I tell you that is because when you look up a degree, it's telling you a little bit more detail about you, something about you that nobody else will have. Now, if you take that and apply that to the whole chart, that means all 12/13 zodiac signs have 30 degrees. You know how many different types of people that is? especially if we're talking about all the different placements. Now, we were just talking about the sun sign. Now we're talking about the moon sign, the Saturn sign, the Jupiter sign. So they're
endless.
right. The combinations are endless. So when you're talking about like, oh well, I'm a sun sign Sagittarius and this person is a this sign, will we match? Like, no, that's not how this is done. That you don't want to go and say, oh, based off this sun sign and then based off this sun sign, are we going to make a great match? Like, nobody can tell you that. Nobody is going to be able to just give you a yes on that. There's so many different details that are for the whole entire chart. And that's why I always tell you, like, if you run into somebody and they only are aware of their sun sign, they are going to be of great disappointment to you if you try to incorporate them in your long-term plans, because they are not working from a place of knowing their multi-dimensional selves. They will always be looking to siphon a little bit from you because they're literally working in the energy of their sun, and that's all they know. So that's why I say you want to be very careful. You want to be around people who understand how deep this is, because if they go deep within themselves, they can meet you where you've been. You got to remember, just because we're deep in here doesn't mean that people out there are going to meet us as deep as we've met ourselves.
They don't.
And that's why we have this community. These type of conversations help you meet yourself even deeper. And once you get to that point where you know, like, oh, we're all one, then these are easy. These relationships, this talking, this communicating, because we all trust ourselves, so we know that the thing that we say is going to resonate with somebody on some level. Like, we don't have to second guess our communication. We don't have to wonder if we're saying it correctly. We don't have to worry about our tone. You understand what I'm saying? So that's to answer when we're getting into degrees, really that's about getting into the specifics. You know how, like, for instance, if you're an actor, when you read the script is just an outline. The script is just the outline. But if you're a great actor, you got to put some emotion. You got to put some character. You got to do your own due diligence and your research on, what if the character has a speech impediment? The script ain't enough. Now you gotta act. And those are the degrees. Those are the details. I gave you the script, but these are the words. This is the script you got to follow. But also remember, this person that you're playing is a something. You know what I mean? They are British or they have a certain accent. So yes, you have these words, but you also got to put those details on there so that you can play the actual character to its fullest. It's not good enough.
Flair, I guess.
Yeah, it's not good enough
like
to
your
just
flavor of whatever.
Exactly. And it's not good enough. It's not good enough to just show up and say the words. No, you got to show up in character and say the words. And that's what the degrees help you say, wow, I that's me. I've been doing that. And now, instead of you having that little bit of doubt, now you have empowerment. Now you're like, oh, I got a battery in my back and I'm going to say it with pride. I'm going to yell it to the rooftop because it's true. This is who I am. This isn't a game. I'm not acting. And that's where that, what's it called? What's it called? When you're not feeling like yourself, imposter syndrome. That's where imposter syndrome comes from, because you're surrounding yourself with people who don't want to see you in your most powerful. So they do everything in their power to shut you down. And then when you're alone, you feel like this powerful person. When you're alone, when you're by yourself and you're doing your own thing, you feel like the greatest in the world. But then when you get around those friends or those coworkers, they do everything in their power to not see you. And that's where you start getting that imposter syndrome. Like, hold on, like, why am I not getting the results? I know who I am. I've been practicing all this in the background, but when I step on stage, I'm not getting the result. I'm not getting the feedback, and it's because it's by design. It's not accident. You don't keep showing up and putting yourself in places where people don't see you. The first time is it's okay. The first time, cool, but the second time, why am I here? Why? Third time, it's my fault. I keep showing up. It's me. You guys don't like me. You've made it very clear that you don't like me and you don't respect me, but I just keep showing up thinking that that's going to change something, and it never does.
I know. Well, I live in an area where it's like everybody around me, I feel like I can't be my true authentic self around them. And then even with people that I'm just now meeting, I don't really even know how to like describe myself or like what I do, or I just don't even know how to communicate who I am. And I think that's a big part of like with the Chiron wound that I have as well, is like being able to communicate that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess here in a space where it's like you guys are all my friends.
Well, it's gonna get easier, Chelsea, because like even now with us being all here with our faces, we're all seeing we're all seeing each other, and it's way different than you guys just looking at me and then typing on the screen. I can see your expressions, I can see your smiles, I can see your laughter. That is gonna have a big effect, especially when you go out there and you have the courage to speak up and say what it is you do. You're going to know. You're going to be able to read the looks on faces. You're going to be able to literally read their minds right on their face. And you're going to be able to say to yourself, okay, these people, they're not messing with me. It's okay. It's okay for now, but I'm never coming back here again.
Right.
Period. Like, and it's not like, oh, well, there's no other places. No, the universe is testing you to see if you're just going to have the boundary to cut it off, even if there's no other avenue in sight. But you're not going to deal with disrespect. You're not going to deal with people who won't see you. And that right there, when you create that boundary, the universe is going to say, bet. She ain't falling for it no more. She's cleared it. She's obviously not going there anymore. She's provided space for us to put something new there. Whether it's you got to drive an extra 10 minutes to this other spot, or whether a community like this pops up. You never know how many different, oh, look at that, Cheyenne is up in here. You never know how it's all going to unfold for you, but you have to be courageous about those boundaries. You got to literally be like, I'm standing on this, and I don't care if I never get an opportunity to pop up in a spot again. I'm not going to deal with disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
And once you create that boundary and you solidify it, the universe has no choice but to, because you got to remember, even though you stop showing up, the universe is still creating energies. So a lot of times, all you have to do is collect it. See, a lot of people don't understand that. And I tell a lot of guys, this is a secret for all the ladies. When guys do not have sacred energy exchange, and women too, when you collect it and you just collect it and hold on to it, the planets, as they spin, you're literally just harnessing all of that energy. And it's sacred sexual energy, but you can use it to create something with a lot of energy. And a lot of people will just waste it. A lot of people will say, oh, I need to scratch that itch. And instead of focusing that energy on actually creating, putting your focus, awareness, and your attention, that energy of, oh, I want to release this, but holding on to it, breathing and saying, no, I'm going to be disciplined, and I'm going to use that energy, and I'm going to keep creating this thing, pouring my conscious awareness attention into it consciously over and over again until it gets so big, this thing that you create expands to all four corners. It starts touching everybody, and people wonder, like, man, huh?
I said, I was agreeing. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, no problem. It's really just once you make that boundary, it's all about your intention. You made the intention to say, I'm not taking any disrespect. I'm not going to be around people who aren't going to mirror the greatness, the goodness of my heart. The universe is going to open up all types of new doors. You just got to be adamant about shutting doors. Just shut them. Don't even especially if you already know. Hey, there you go, Lex. What you been up to? You was hiding for the longest.
Beautiful.
And you just popped in. I'm like, oh, there she is.
You have the most beautiful smile. Why are you hiding that, girl?
Mm. But yes, that's what I tell everybody. Me, like water, and Alexis was there when it happened to me. I was at a show. Things were not going right, and I could feel my sister's frustration because it was getting late, and the event was supposed to have been over already. We were supposed to be out of there by 11 o'clock, headed home, doing our own thing. But now it's close to midnight and nobody said anything. And now I got to be the one to walk up to somebody and say something. And when I ask, I'm looking for a real answer, something that's legit that I can say, all right, let me go back to my people and let them know things ain't, but it's still going smooth. I did not get that answer. I didn't get any answer that I felt was suffice enough for me to stick around. And as soon as I saw that, I had a decision to make. And it was in real time. I ain't never made a decision like this before. But in that moment, it felt right that no, this right here is never gonna happen again. This type of behavior, this type of environment, what's going on? I got my people here, we uncomfortable. I don't want this no more. And as soon as I thought that in my head, the first thing that my inner voice told me to do was leave. Get your people and leave. And in my mind, I'm like, dang, but my people, like, they came to see a show. We've been sitting here, like Lex came. Lex had forgot that the show was happening tonight, and then she still made it. And then me and Lightwater, we drove an hour to be there. So in my head, I'm like, dang, if I do leave, it's kind of like a disappointment because it was a lot set up for this. But that was the challenge. The universe was asking me, hey, this is your 8 of Cups moment. Are you ready to walk away from all this? I know you put a lot of work in. I know you invested. I know you took the hour drive. I know you invited people and they paid to be here. Are you going to just leave? Are you going to show these people that you're not going to take this? And I did. I left. Never talked to those people again to this day.
Yeah, I feel like I've kind of been doing the same thing as far as like in my social media sphere. Like I've just been sharing a lot more on TikTok because I know it's mostly just like strangers and then you guys. But like I felt like I was giving a lot like on like my Facebook and things like that about like my personal life. And I just have this feeling, this energy, like there's a lot of people on my Facebook that do not care for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it does not feel like there's a good energy coming from that. And it doesn't feel supportive. And it feels like, who does she think she is? And, that kind of thing. And so I've really just like pulled back a lot from just sharing on that. And I don't like really interact with a lot of people around my town. But whenever I did go to that festival thing, I was telling you about that music festival, it was actually really good for me because I did get to meet like more like-minded people like me. And I was like, oh, okay, there are other like, spiritual people and things that, they're not going to think I'm a weirdo because I'm like coming over here and like clearing your energy or whatever, just whatever is happening at the time. But it is kind of like, I guess this would be the space to share because we were talking about my wound being in Gemini and that, my communication and everything and expressing myself. And like one of the ways that I do express myself is like through sign language. And it's like an ancient form of sign language that I knew before I came into this physical body. But spirit just is like doing it for me. And I can channel anything at any time. Any words that are coming through around me. Like there's like, there's an ancient like sign for it. And so my body will just automatically do it. And I'm not thinking anything of it because I'm used to it now. And it first came on, it was really wild and weird, but my family's used to it now, and I have a couple of friends that I can be okay around and just like be myself. But I used to just feel like so scared, like, oh, people are gonna think I'm a freak, and I think I hold on to that a little bit.
But isn't that cool?
I can't help what spirit does. They use me in the ways that they want to use me. I have no control over it. So
That's the cool part. Isn't that the cool part? I think me personally, I've pushed myself further into it. I knew people thought I was weird, and once I like found my the way that I want to dress, like I don't want to wear jeans anymore. Like I wear what are the pants called? I wear harem pants all the time. I love harem pants.
Yeah.
And when I show up to places now, I'm wearing harem pants and I'm wearing a cloak.
Uh-huh.
And people are like, "What's up?" But I make it look good, and people love it, and I love it, and it makes me stand out 10 times more.
Yeah.
And in my field, I remember a time where I was afraid to be different, to be this different. But now it's like, it's the one thing that makes me so much more attractive than everybody else in my field, is because when I walk in, there's a clear difference in who I am versus who everybody else is in the building. And that's what you need to, you need to take hold of that and show up as yourself. And anybody who doesn't like it, let them go, like use your thing and then blast them away. Blast them away if they can't.
Right. Yeah. It's like well, and it's like the whole people like, thinking you're into witchcraft and all these things, and when you're in a very conservative area, it's just like you try to explain things to people, but they just don't get it, and it's like, I don't know. It's not my job to explain it anyway. I need to know that much.
Never, ever try to explain it. The people who get it are going to welcome you, and the people who don't, let them go. Do not even, because one thing that happens, and I used to do this a lot, especially with my mom. And the thing is, my mom is a Cancer. She's a Cancer woman. So even without trying, she's my mother. So if she talks over me, I'm out of respect, I'm going to stop talking. And there's a if I continue to try to talk and she talks, her Cancer is just going to put my fire out, period. So it's not in my best interest to continue to try. It's in my best interest to just listen and to leave it, like to take it. And then if it applies, cool. If it doesn't, let it go. Because even the act of going back and forth is just going to drain my spirit. And it's not smart. It's just not smart on my end. So I would tell anybody who's out there just being themselves, never, ever feel the need to explain yourself, because most of the time they don't even care. You're not going to change their mind. You never will. And you're better off just going where you're loved and appreciated. So always go where you're loved and appreciated, not where you're tolerated. Don't go where you're tolerated. That's just going to be more trauma.
So true. So true.
All right, guys. Our time has come. Our time has come.
It was really cool.
So
spaces and hang out.
Yeah,
This was so fun.
It goes fast. Hey, but guess what? One of you guys can go live and keep it going.
I actually am going live here in just a minute before bed.
All right. Well, guess what, everybody? To Trista's house.
It probably won't be long because I need to go to bed.
Everybody, we're gonna pop up in Trista's room, chill with her for a little bit. I'm gonna go take a bath, so I will not be on camera.
Laura, were you on the toilet earlier?
I was running Ace's bath.
I thought for sure I was like, no judgment or anything. Look at her go.
No, I promise I wasn't.
All right, guys. I love you.
I love you.
I love you guys.
I will meet you guys over at the next
All
line.
right.
Love you.
Bye.
I love you.